A sacrifice induced for the altar of your vanity. A jealous, hungry God craving praises of profanity. With bedroom dark and dine, and a deep mouth stained with wine, it drinks its fill. It was your mothers, not your brothers, that agreed to feed you poison. This egregious lack of choice indeed seemed fit to join your voice in, with lies disguised as prizes of reason and wisdom, with briberies of finery to weaken any criticism. Can the fly invade the blossom that devours it? A mouth that lies in wait for a gift of life to shower it.
Alright guys, welcome back. I'm glad you could set some time out for this. We're on session 74. You guys remember what happened last time?
Yeah. We tried to get over where we wanted to go, and then got scared off by a potential fight. So, which is irritating.
Yep. That being said, it was not the end of the world. Whatever they were planning to do obviously didn't work, because Tiberius won easily.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been approximately 2 weeks since then. He's wasted no time trying to enact his agenda. But he's got a problem. The consul Marcus Octavius, not the consul, the tribune, who also won his election, must approve of any vote brought by another tribune. So a tribune can veto any vote brought by another tribune. And every time Tiberius brings it up, Marcus Octavius steps up and he says, No, I veto this. We won't even talk about it.
Isn't that a paradox? Like, I can veto your thing and you can veto my thing, so we just keep vetoing each other.
Well, as a matter of fact, that's a very good point. So, Tiberius has sent out a message to many of his clients, which includes you at this point, and many of his allies. And he has asked for a large meeting to be held at dinner time at his getaway villa, his private villa on the Chellian Hill. The Chellian Hill is in the southeast area of Rome, and it is essentially known as a rich getaway within Rome. So it's a very exclusive neighborhood.
Okay. I just have some questions before we go on.
Sure.
I guess the snake guy, I forgot his name, Ahemus. I guess he just lifted his proposal because we didn't really, spend too much time with, taking care of the Gangria.
I don't know.
After
Are you guys asking him? Are you keeping an eye on him?
I do ask him. After all, he did not stipulate any time limit for this to be done.
No, he did not. Nor did he say that he wouldn't take it out to somebody else either.
Yeah. So it could be either, really.
What you do know is that he has not pestered you about it.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, I think we just try to solve this I veto you, you veto me, we veto each other problem. Because that's some annoying shit.
I mean, we'll need to touch base with the guy first.
Okay, sure. I mean, look, take the lead.
Um, well, I guess we can. Should we try and set up another meeting?
Yeah.
To have the meeting, the patron, but again, he does not have a. He and I do not have a good rapport, so I'm not sure if it would be a good thing for Albina to appear.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
if she
that's
disguises herself somewhere.
Yeah. The usuals go. Yeah. Nicodemus, Hatshepsut, and Agatha.
I mean, since the last encounter, I do think even if you guys do not show up front of this guy, this politician, I still think you should be with the group while we are traveling. And then you can just, stay, I don't know, 5 streets away from us, somewhere, do your
Well,
thing.
Actually, why don't you two go check with Alice if we're still curious about the gangrel thing? Like, you can both check in with him, just make sure if it's over, it's over. If not, then we might want to get on it.
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
Albina, could you maybe tell your tell your child to accompany us, the one who is good at weapons, just for extra protection since the last ambush. I think we should be on our toes, so any extra help is useful.
Very well. I will have Mercurial keep an eye on this meeting.
I can definitely wait. You mean Mercury keep an eye on us, or we keep an eye on him?
No, he keep an eye on the meeting. Keep you
Okay.
help. I mean, yeah, if Mercury does that, it would be good. I don't know if they will come back, but they might, and we might need some extra hand to protect ourselves if things goes badly this time. Oh, you guys also should be careful. I mean, they might be not stalking just us. They might be, watching over the whole country.
Or they might have given up.
It's also true, but do we lose anything with having Mercury besides us? I mean, it's not like he's going to kill us while we are walking by.
Hmm.
You have your doubts. Makes sense.
Well, it sounds. Oh. Someone say something?
No?
No.
Okay. It sounds like we're roughly on the same page. We roughly agreed on what we're doing, so setting up a meeting. Will that be an issue, Chris?
Well, I mean, he's already invited you guys to a meeting, so
Oh, he
Oh.
did? Well, that would have been something I should have asked at the start. Okay, then yes, we will go to the meeting.
Yep, let's go to the meeting.
All right. Labiena and Albina, we'll start with you guys. You are going to go talk to Ihamus, is that correct?
Yes, make sure that the office
Yeah.
is still up. Could you also go feeding first?
Sure. You may go ahead and make your feeding roll at, I assume you want healthy only, so that's going to be
Yes.
difficulty 6.
Do we lose 14 blood points, by the way, or did we fed
No,
before the
I
time
just-
skip?
I figured you guys remember during these time skips, I pretty much always assume you've been feeding.
I just wanted to make sure.
She's into full -1.
So, yeah, pretty much full -1. But Albina felt the need to do it anyways, and she has not lost her charms. She does find a few willing to throw themselves at her feet despite her intimidating eyes and her freezing cold skin.
You're probably especially into it.
She feeds until she is satisfied. Comes back to the haven, ready to go. At least in terms of blood.
Yeah, I'd also like to heal the aggravated that I got.
Why did you take aggravated damage?
The failed ritual on the previous session.
Yes, I forgot about that. So yes, you will have healed that. Again, it's been a couple of weeks.
Like, take away the 5 blood points from that, or
You were at full -1. You have healed any damage. Your willpower is full. Unless you somehow needed to spend 14 willpower points during a downtime period. Alright, so the two of you get yourselves together. I assume Tyrannus is going to be with you, Labiena.
Yes, he is.
Alright. You head out. Quick question, do you guys walk on foot? Or do you hire a chariot or a litter, or how do you guys do this usually?
how far away would be Ahiam's place?
Alright. Well, however you decide you want to do it. Your ride there is quite pleasant. For once, the breeze keeps the foul, noxious sense of human waste and bodies away from you. You don't get splattered with mud, and it's actually quite nice. The weather's quite nice. Everything's quite nice about it. So you pull up to his domain sign, which is the familiar hippopotamus in a shackle, along with those Egyptian writing along the side. There is activity in the building, as there usually is. And you make your way up to the front and enter his domain. One of his attendants rushes up to you and says, "It is Mrs. Shabiana and Mr. Salvina. How may your personages be served tonight?"
I'd like to inquire at your master if his offer still stands.
Yes, madam. Yes, of course, of course. He is busy right now. Um, would you mind waiting?
I do not believe we are in a rush. Are we, Laviana?
Not at all. We do not mind waiting.
Then please, please follow. I take you to seats, and the servant leads you to a small room off to the side with comfortable cushions. Do you require candle, lamp, food, water, wine?
No, that would be quite fine, thank you.
Nothing for me, thank you.
He bows on his way out. Bow, bow, backs up, bows, bows, backs up.
Hits the door, bows.
Draws a thick curtain across it. And because you turn down the offer of candles and lamps, it leaves the room in complete blackness.
I love that sudden, like, sinister take to the music right on that cue.
I was gonna say, I did wonder about that actually. I'm like, maybe I should just say, yeah, just leave a candle in the middle of the table. It'll be fine.
Shit.
Right.
This is
How
not...
long are you guys willing to wait? Because you have no way of telling time. So how long do you feel like you want to wait?
Well, we have all night. Alright.
I'll be nice content waiting for my language buyer.
Okay. Approximately an hour passes. And you hear some walking, and the curtain jiggles and draws aside a little bit, and the servant's head is visible with a single candle. And he says, many apologies, the master is still busy. Can I get you anything while you wait?
Yeah. Well, after sitting in darkness for the last hour, Alvina's like, well, perhaps a single candle will suffice for the moment.
Yes, yes, of course, of course. I'll be right back. He ducks out. You hear the patter of running feet down the hall. And then he comes back, and he, with a brass holder, candle stuck in it, sticks it on the table, uses his candle to light it, and then backs away.
Hey,
He, about another hour passes, judging by the candle, and you hear two sets of steps coming down the hall. The curtain draws back once more. It is the servant again, and Ihamus is behind it. And Ihamus dismisses the servant with a wave of his hand. Says, a wonderful pleasure to see you tonight. Many apologies for keeping you waiting like this. Pressing business. You understand. If I had known you were coming, I would have cleared my schedule.
It is quite alright. We had trying to ask you if the offer that you had made still stands,
In part,
or if you had found someone else.
there is... I am receiving help from other sources. However, they have not yet been successful. So,
I see.
I am very willing and excited if you would help me. But if the price is not worth your time, then it's not worth your time.
Well, what is it that we could do to assist?
As I stated previously, what I need is a way to make Actaeon feel cornered, overwhelmed. We do not have permission to kill him, nor do I wish to have anyone fight him.
From the information that we have gathered, he's not very well seen by the rest of the Grand Girls. That may be something we can exploit.
And what makes you think I have not learned that myself?
Nothing. Putting out ideas.
Such information is easy enough to acquire. What has been the problem has been, where does he sleep? What pattern? How can I take advantage of this? What does he really want? What would make him overconfident?
From what we have heard so far, perhaps his child that might be the best way to approach this. From what we had heard, she's not particularly well treated by him. Might make for a useful path to, if you can turn her to our side, turn her against him.
I see our minds have come up with the same strategy. Tell me, does any of you well treated by your sires? Possibly you, Labiena. I've heard a few stories. Albina, how about you?
My mistress has never been unnecessarily cruel towards me.
A clever choice of words. Unnecessarily cruel. That implies that she has been quite cruel, but only because you think she needed to.
Of course. After all, the more the flesh is hidden, the stronger it gets, the harder it gets.
So by that token, Labiana, did your sire work you like a forge?
Well, I suppose you could say that he mine kept me constantly immersed in studies. While I was in his tender. Don't know if that constitutes.
So what you're hinting is that you were embraced with the required qualities. You did not need shaping and hardening, at least not to the same degree.
It would not seem so, no.
He is going to covertly see if that tiny little strike struck home for you guys. If maybe Albina might be feeling a little bit jealous, or what that might have made her feel. So Albina, if you could roll your manipulation plus subterfuge to completely cover up any reaction you might have had to that. And he's going to roll perception plus empathy.
Be right back. I need to check on something real quick.
Do you have a specialty, Albina?
Persuasive, but I do not think that applies to this.
That's a tie.
All right, 2 and 2. Wow, that's a lot of 10s.
Yeah, that's why I asked if she had specialty.
All right. Well, on a tie, the defender wins. So he nods and he says, "Well, that being the case, there's yet time if you wish to participate and earn the prize that was promised."
The rest of my coterie finds itself busy with the matter of protecting the career of the new consul. But my meeting with him has been less than successful, and I believe that I might not be able to have a direct involvement in future dealings with him to do that. So I do believe I will have plenty of time to work on this myself.
I see you know how to please a man's heart.
She smiles at that, amused at his choice of words.
And you, Madame Labiena? How do you feel about this?
I'll admit this holds some intrigue for me. I'd be willing to do what I can.
It is wonderful. I'm very glad to hear it. So many
Love
these
it.
days feel the urge to go it alone. They have no friends, no companions. I'm glad to see that it's not the case here.
Friends are indeed important.
To have someone watch out for you is always a benefit.
Alas,
Not the end.
well, I see your attempt at flattery and kind words. Sometimes your actions and those of your coterie say otherwise. I was wounded that it has taken so long to even inquire as to my offer or to express so much as a hint of interest.
Please do not take this the wrong way. That the time that it took on this the wrong way. The nights wait for no one, and we had been much busy this past week.
Yes. We meant no disrespect.
Oh, it is. It is not disrespectful. It is merely, how to say,
Disappointing.
it was a personal. Uh, yes, I guess a personal disappointment. Do not take it as disrespect. Merely that I was low on your list of those to help, to seek favor with, or to even bargain with. It is a reminder, once and for all, that as I have held myself outside of the traditional political structure of the city, sometimes I must expect to be treated as such.
Is he trying to pull at our heartstrings? Trying to. Is he like. If he's honestly disappointed on this, or he trying to play for sympathy?
Um, I think that was
Question.
going to be a perception plus subterfuge against his manipulation plus subterfuge.
Oof.
Is there a candlelight in this room?
There is a single candle.
Yeah.
So Albina can use her shadows.
Yes,
If
you
she
could
wants.
if you wanted to.
And not sure how using them at this point would be good.
He seems genuinely disappointed that it's taken you several weeks to even consider what he had to say. And so he's not mad. He's not mad. He's just disappointed. Just after all I've done for you, I'm just so low on your priority list. Why do I even try? Oh,
Well, we're here now.
Alpina is going to look a bit surprised. She did not expect that that apparently the relationship with Ahel meant so much for him. So she's going to get up and walk over to him and kneel before him. Do not think that we take your friendship and the actions that you had done, the favors that you had done for us for granted.
Mm.
You can trust that we are not we had not abandoned you these past weeks, nor have we forgotten the offer that you made. We have been
Yeah.
busy with matters, but your concerns have always been in your minds.
Mm. At this point, Laviena sort of sees what Albinen's doing and actually follows suit, feeling the same respect and wanting to show that to him. Indeed. We have indeed been carefully considering your offer.
You guys kneel in apology to him, and when you look up, it is to a face that is fatherly and um, let's say fatherly and accepting. And he reaches out his hands, which are empty, and he lets you put your hands in them, and he draws you up gently. That is presence 1, by the way. If you're going to resist it, you may try to resist it.
Would we know that we're being affected by presence in the first place, or would this be something that would not?
I think you've seen it many times. If you have a suspicion in character, you could roll a perception plus occult to figure it out.
Could it also be an instinctual thing, being that we've seen it?
Yeah, I think you've been hanging out with Agatha for a long time. You've hung out among the Ventru for a long time. Presence is something that you've seen quite a bit.
And also now that Laviena has that ability too.
So I feel, in character, I feel like you guys would recognize this motherfucker. And if you want to resist it, you can try to resist it.
But I don't know if Laviena feels the need to resist it.
Can I ask something about that, Chris?
After the scene. But so he does, he pulls you to your feet. Gently. And he kisses you, Labiana kisses you on your mask. On your cheek. Albina kisses you on your cheek. And he says, "Do not fear. Disappointment is part of life. There will be times where we all disappoint each other, and we must only come to understand that we can redeem ourselves and make each other proud. If you would help me, not only would you earn the bargain that we have agreed upon, you would also make me very proud to be called your friend."
We will begin working on making sure that Skirnko leaves the land immediately.
Allow me to see you safely from my borders. I would see that no harm comes to you on the way out of here. Come, my friends, let us go.
Albina let herself be guided out.
As does Laviena. And of course,
You are
motions to Ernest.
gently guided to the front door and put back in your private chariot or litter. And seen safely away from the borders of his domain. And once you are out of sight and the effect fades, you may discuss what happened amongst yourselves.
Laviena does, on their way back, sort of look over to Albina. I take it you noticed that too then?
There is a look of annoyance and anger flashing on her face before she turns to Laviena. Yes, I did. I do not know if she was trying to play us or she's just being dramatic for the sake of it. But whatever the case, does not pleases me.
Yes, I suppose that's one way of looking at it. But I guess, you know, we've known the man for that long now.
His words that we all disappoint each other one moment or another. One might interpret that as a threat.
Well,
Or perhaps a warning for future dealings with him.
we can only hope not. In any case, I guess we do what we must do to survive these nights. And
She nods. A look of toughness coming over her, she thinks. I suppose, at least knowing that no one else that he has contact for this made any progress, means we are not being left behind at least.
Laviena nods. Indeed. Indeed. So, you know, we are still useful. So, let us enjoy it while it lasts. And may it last eternity.
megkérdezmázodát. Und du das dann gesagt.
All right. Let's switch to the rest of the group, to a party. Getting ready to go meet with a big. This is going to be a big party. He has, in fact, invited his nemesis, Marcus Octavius, and Marcus's entourage, hoping to come to some understanding together.
Oh man.
So we will go to the party with a carriage. I don't know, what was it called again?
A chariot. They don't
Chariot,
have carriages. They have, you can be on the back of a flat wagon, which is basically a farm wagon, or in a couple of chariots.
Yeah, a couple of treats, like those, rich people type of thing that cuts you away from the rest of the peasants. I'm gonna get one or two for the group as much as necessary. And I guess I will buy some clothes if some of you don't have it. If some of you guys don't have it. Some good looking clothes, I mean. Fitting for a party.
Okay? You outfit them
I got a
appropriately.
Yeah. If you're going to party, we might as well be looking good. Is it appropriate to take gifts to parties in Rome? Or do you just...
Small gifts. Small. Just something that shows that you are thinking of them.
Yeah, okay. Sure, I can get such a gift. Yeah, that's everything I'm going to say.
Right. The main thing is don't wear clothes above your station.
Right. Oh no, definitely.
So no purple. Stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
It's just clean clothes.
Yeah. Your journey there is uneventful. Not quite as pleasant as Labiana and Albina are experiencing. You journey across Rome through the valleys and dips and begin to ascend up the Chelian Hill. Immediately you notice the Chelian Hill is pleasantly landscaped. Groves of trees, here and there, fruit trees, olive trees, pleasant estates. You are dropped off in front of a large estate set behind a nice wooden wall with a gate.
I just take a few moments to take a peek outside, look at the roofs, see if there's anyone there, hidden.
There are guards, yes.
No, on top of the roofs of other buildings.
No, it's set quite far. The Chelian Hill being a hideaway of the rich. This is where they get a chance to not be so crowded in Rome.
Do we know?
So things are set a little bit farther away than you're used to seeing.
Okay.
Do we know if any vampire claims his domain here?
Undoubtedly some do, but nobody claims the hill.
And another question. If we enter someone's domain, it's just about feeding, right? We don't need to stay out of that place. We can
if you're
still
just
enter.
traveling through it, there's a difference between traveling through it and doing something there.
I see.
We're technically doing something here because we're
nobody, as far as you know, nobody claims this estate as a domain.
Gotcha.
And while ignorance is no excuse, you would think somebody would have let people know, hey, hands off of my Tiberius by now.
Yeah. Yeah, I will get out from the chariot.
What all
Nope.
preparations are you
Yep.
guys making? Let's get that out of the way.
Okay. Proper clothing's clean. Good smell. Proper hair, eye stuff like that. Whatever women's does, I have no idea. We have a small gift. I guess each of us. We of course arrived here with a chariot, proper one. Any other suggestions, guys? Anything we taken out with us?
For a man such as this, probably some gifts of lore would be nice. Some philosophical treatise from Nicodemus's / Salubri library. Is there something useful, something nice?
You could have a copy made for him. The original would be far too extravagant.
Yeah, obviously. A copy of something nice.
Otherwise, I think that's like everything we can get, give or come to the party with.
What are the rules of conduct about bringing a knife at your side?
A belt knife is acceptable. It is seen as a tool. It's not seen as a weapon.
I'm back.
Sorry, what?
Even
A
at
knife?
sports parties like this.
Did you say knife?
A
Chris?
belt knife. It's
A belt
essentially a
knife,
pocket
okay.
knife.
By the way, I do have a pocket knife, but is Chariot going to wait us, or is it going to
If
go
you
away
pay them and
once?
tell them to, they will.
Yeah, I will pay and tell
Yes,
the
you have the
Chariot
money.
to stay.
You don't have to worry about it. You have that kind of money.
Yeah, and I'm gonna leave my belt knife in the Chariot. I'm not gonna take it with myself to the party. Yeah, that's what I wanted to
Yeah,
say.
a belt knife is essentially seen as your all-purpose tool. It's your fork. It's your cutter.
I
It's
think.
yeah, it's for everything.
I mean, I guess Agatha could have some nice looking belt knife, some
Yeah, a
custom
fancy
build
thing.
to look nice. Yeah, look good with the clothing. Oh, sure. Otherwise, I guess we enter the party.
Right. So you
Few
guys
of
go through the
us.
gate. There's people there greeting everyone. And there is a very kindly looking man with stooped shoulders, kind of looks a little bit older, with very kind eyes, greeting everyone as you come through the door. You kind of seem to remember him as being one of Tiberius's servants, maybe an old tutor or something.
By the way, I'm gonna spend one blood to look like human. Have my blood become warm and stuff like that.
Same here. On this curious note, isn't the paleness of the vampire in case of females useful here? As typically the females for this kind of stuff like to pale their faces.
I have no idea. Chris,
I
do
think
you
so.
know anything about it?
The fashion.
Honestly, I don't know because I recall that from Victorian era. I don't really remember about that from Rome.
I recall that they've been injecting poison into their skin to look pale.
But it's
Oh yeah,
not,
I remember that too.
the paleness of a vampire is more than just being pale.
Yeah, sickly pale, right?
Yeah, it's a vampire is pale and cold and yeah, so you can still spend the blood to raise your body temperature and appear alive without being flushed and red.
I was gonna say, dare I say it, a bit of a deathly pale, just not on the scale of a Cappadocian.
I mean, you're also a skeleton at this point, so.
But also, the higher you are in humanity, the better that works. So
Yeah, that's true. But I think at the lowest level, it still makes you like touch warm and stuff like that at the basic level.
So being on a low on a path of enlightenment, you've actually really got to work at this to make it, put some effort into it.
Yeah, I got some subterfuge. I think I can handle.
I've got two questions. First, have our contacts from both sides that we've made during the previous session made any kind of information during, what was the downtime? 2 weeks?
What kind of information?
Well, anything out of ordinary as they were instructed to report.
No, just you've gotten the standard movements, what speeches they're giving. You've heard about the veto for a veto sort of deal going on. That
Oh, that already happens. Oh shit.
Yeah, they are just abusing veto thing. They're vetoing each
well,
other.
Tiberius is not vetoing anybody. He's getting vetoed.
Yeah.
But it's possible to do a paradox.
It's
just so you
possible
know.
to get there. Let's hope it doesn't.
Which would be quite funny, honestly. Either case, I was wondering if there's going to be some rallying with the followers or anything. If they're planning to do some type of rallying, going to the other side and beating people.
That's not how business is conducted at the moment.
But does it become like that at some point?
Unfortunately, yes, it does.
Very soon, actually.
In about 11 months and 14 days.
Mm.
So yeah. I'm just gonna ask you guys what I whispered to you guys in character. Do you want me to look even better than I am right now? I'm essentially asking, should I use a presence in the party? I'm asking you guys if you want to.
I'd say hold off for now. There's no need to draw extra attention to ourselves if we don't need to.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're coming into, and there is no reason to be elevated.
Also, Nicodemus, could you use your superior perception to just check if there is any vampires in the party other than us, any hidden vampires even?
That's the plan. On this note, thanks for the reminder of the other questions. Is there security looking like when we approach? Is this like back to it outside soldiers, or it's
There is a handful of guards, and people are coming in. There's enough people there to, stop a bunch of thieves from breaking in and holding the group hostage.
Mm. Oh, well, we're not inside yet. Never mind. So
there's enough guards here to prevent a die-hard scenario.
Mm-hmm.
There is not enough guards here to stop a full-scale brawl.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let's enter, guys.
What's the response time, on a curious note?
Their response time?
Lictor response time.
Well,
Lictor's internal police.
They're going to be hanging around they're going to be hanging around their ward. These guys are all private employees, private people.
Oh, okay.
Lictors carry a weapon with themselves, right?
They are one of the few allowed in Rome to carry a weapon.
Yeah. Well, I guess in future it's going to be Caesar too, with his army in the Rome, but do you guys have any questions? Anything you want to
Let's whole thing. See what happens. Keep our eyes peeled on whatever.
Yeah, let's enter the party, see how things are.
Right.
Try
As
not
you
to
guys
get too much.
Enter the gate, and you are greeted by a few people. You are reminded to pay an offering or to give an offering and a prayer to Venus on your way in the door.
Venus is an acceptable one.
Why not?
Isn't Venus a sex god?
There's more to her than that.
Love, sex. Venus often gets associated with just anything feminine, basically. Anything seen as feminine. is often lumped in with Venus.
So I would expect the warrior thing that Rome has because of the guy.
So you enter the front atrium receiving area. There is a wonderful statue of Venus with there is a dish at her feet and a dish in her hands. As people enter, they are taking some olive oil and they are dabbing it. They dab their fingers in the dish in her hands, which is olive oil, and they dab it at her feet and on their hands and wrists in a ritual prayer. And then they dip their hands in the bowl at her feet, which is water to wash off. And then they continue in. The whole thing takes 10 or 15 seconds.
I have a question. What does it mean to have a statue of Venus in your home? What is the cultural meaning of that or something like that?
It's not.
You should perhaps roll intelligence plus occult to ask that question.
Yeah, social, religious, or whatever it is.
Or
what?
theology, not occult. My apologies. Intelligence theology.
Yeah. I want to know some bits and pieces already out of character, so
Yeah, I do too. I'm just reminding myself.
Theology, okay.
But essentially, it's not just the whole feminine thing. It's loyalty and some other stuff. So.
Okay, I got one success.
Yeah, they're paying homage to their Greek roots.
That's good enough. That's useful enough. It means that they are pro Greek culture or whatever, right? They are not against Greek culture. So that's
yeah. With one success, you don't really know much more than that. There's a lot more to it.
Should I make the roll just to see?
No, I mean.
Okay.
Agatha was curious.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I wondered about. So I'm going to. Who do we give the gift to, by the way? Who does get the gift?
You have give it to a servant who's already there and is taking the stuff away.
Do they write these gifts and the name who gave the gift, or do they just take it?
Yeah, don't be vain.
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
If you insist on being recognized for your gift, that's a sign of vanity.
No, I'm not going to try to be recognized. I just wonder if they have a recording just so the person who made the event can, at the end of the night can go.
It is considered to be uncouth and a social faux pas if you even care about that.
Okay. Gotcha.
Meaning meaning the servant doesn't record your name when he takes it, probably. But maybe they can remember.
Okay.
I'm sure they remember, actually.
I was wondering
what they remember is who doesn't bring something.
Well, that's good enough. That's good enough. That's why I wondered, actually, because if the servant just takes it and doesn't remember, how is the person will know that I gave the gift and showed respect? That's why I was curious. Because if they don't know who gave gift and who did not, then it's
as you guys are entering, would like you all to make perception plus awareness rolls, and I highly suspect that none of you have heightened senses on.
Oh, no way, man.
Because it's already loud. There's a lot of people here.
My ears!
There is lamps going, candles, the smell of food everywhere. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. Alright, Agatha sees nothing. Nicodemus, with 2 successes, walks in, and the first thing he sees is that, well, how can I put this? The first guy you see is Septimus Valens, the gangrel, standing there looking a little bit out of place, like he doesn't really know why he's here. Kind of up against one corner, like, God damn it, why did I let myself get roped into this?
Is Marcus around? Would we notice?
Is who?
Sombra. Marcus de la Sombra.
Marcus La Sombra. With 2 successes, he's being a little more sneaky.
But he's there, okay?
Well, I mean, you don't know that, but
You cannot see him. You have the free will to do that.
you're gonna have to keep looking.
let's not be obnoxious just yet.
Okay, for some reason it wasn't registering my attempt to roll earlier. Let's see if it works now.
So, as you guys are come in and you look around and you meet eyes, he just gives you a respectful nod, acknowledging that he sees you, and does not bother you.
Yeah, sure, same, sure.
I got 3 successes.
Right, Hatchetsit, you see Septimus, and you also see there's a female standing there who seems to be keeping an eye on him, and they're kind of watching each other and watching the room. Would like you to roll your intelligence plus politics at difficulty 7.
All right.
Oh, I'm curious. You got this. You have like 5 intelligence. You're fucking Einstein.
Unfortunately,
But I don't.
you see
Yeah.
you see this woman. You don't recognize her, but you know there's something that tickles your memory. You should, but you don't.
Here's a question. Do I see the bold woman?
You're going to have to make your way a little bit deeper into the party before you ask that.
Okay. All right then. In that case, I'll try to sort of covertly nudge Nicodemus and Agatha and sort of like motion vaguely towards the to the one that I can't quite remember. Do you recognize her?
Do we?
Now that's been pointed out to you, Nicodemus, you make that same roll. Agatha, because you don't spend a ton of time in Rome. This is going to be a higher difficulty roll for you. This is going to be difficulty 8 for you.
Intelligence.
Intelligence plus politics. Nicodemus, you do remember her. Agatha, surprisingly, also remembers. Nicodemus, her name is Suana Kilnia, the Childa of Euronati, a Etruscan Ventru. Agatha, you just recognize her as Suana Kilnia, a Ventru.
Does Nicodemus recall anything about her in particular, or her sire?
That her sire is Etruscan, which makes him, at the moment, approximately 600 years old.
600? That Ventrum?
Her sire. Her sire.
Her sire. Okay, her sire. She must be old too, I guess.
Suana may consider herself Etruscan, but she is too young to physically be Etruscan.
What's Etruscan, by the way?
The precursors to the Romans.
Gotcha.
They were the first people the Romans conquered. Followed very closely by the Samites.
Well, hence why Labienna's now.
And about her political stance, not much is known, I assume.
Correct. She's not much of a player yet.
But she is watching the gang reel.
Let's say they're working the room together.
Oh, so they don't seem to be like rivalry, you know, more friendship kind of watching.
I don't
Why
think they're
would they-
friendship. They are partnering up.
Gotcha,
They're working the room together.
gotcha. So they're like a coterie. I mean, they have a Sombra, gang reel, Eventru. They seem like they're kind of copying us, you know.
There are also many people bearing the colors and mark of Marcus Octavius's household here coming in. As you circulate through the party, Tiberius is doing his best, and his best is really, really good, to keep things calm, trying to thaw the frosty relationship. He has a head for names. He greets almost everyone he sees by name and asks about their families, shakes their hand, gives them hugs, lets them know that they're welcome here. Does really well about just working the room, making everyone feel comfortable.
Is his brother around?
He is not. However, his father is. His wife is here. As I said, his father Claudius Pulcher, the former consul, is here. And they are of course followed by secretaries and scribes and lictors.
I feel like etiquette dictate we should go to him for everything else.
All right, make a charisma plus etiquette roll.
Okay.
Be charming.
Oh, I have charming specialty, by the way. Does it apply? Here, difficulty 6. That's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 sucks. Because of charming specialty.
You make an excellent impression. You could not have done any better. Simply could not have happened any better.
Nice. Yeah.
Not only you've charmed him, and you've charmed his wife and his father. Actually, his father-in-law seems impressed as well.
That's good. That's good. Now I will let a wiser person speak because I'm, as a player, not wiser speaking character.
All right. How about the
Yeah,
rest of you
I don't
guys
know.
as he is working the room and he gets close to you guys?
Oh, should we roll as well?
If you want to roll. Otherwise, it can be, hey, I'm glad to see you, buddy.
I'm just gonna melt, considering that Agatha is giving such stellar impression.
You know how it's life for the blue bloods, my dear. I've been just eating some food while coming here.
Oof,
Hatchet,
close.
you avoid embarrassing yourself. You manage the minimal required greeting. Nicodemus, he greets you if you're not going to roll and just kind of moves on. You don't really make much of an impression on him.
That suits me fine.
As you are looking around, Hatchet, since you specifically asked, the bald woman is following him around and acting as a scribe. She is jotting down notes as people stop to talk to him. She's right there, listening in, writing notes.
I am going to. Okay, Agatha will say something if she can. Congratulations for your achievement. It's good to know that Rome has chosen the correct out of character, what was the political title name?
Tribune.
Tribune.
Mhm.
Correct, Tribune.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for your help as well. We can, of course, solve all of our problems by working together as
I
Rome and citizens.
could have helped better. Sadly, I wasn't able to, so I am sadly sorry for that.
Well, Agatha, we have a full year ahead of us, and much work to do. Do not be disappointed in your past efforts. I know that if you put forth all that you can do, pray to the gods, and accept their strength and help, you can help me and Rome overcome all her difficulties.
Your words make me happy, Tribune. I'm sure despite the unpleasant resistance some people are showing, we shall get over such issues quickly, without much problem.
The scribe grabs a couple cups of wine, gives one to the Tribune, one to you, and Tribune says, "Oh yes, a toast to our mutual effort and Rome's success." Boonk.
I'm gonna spend willpower to drink that. I have a question. Do I have to spend willpower each time I drink, or rest of the scene?
It's last for the scene.
Okay, I will spend 1 willpower to drink.
He takes a little sip and hands his cup back that is being carried around by somebody following him.
Would it be a nice etiquette to say the wine was delicious, or is it unnecessary?
He's already moving along. It's he's got other people to go greet.
Oh, okay. Well, I return to the group. Oh, that went good.
Chris, please remind me, was the invitation hinted at personal business, or was it just a general invitation to his huge ass party?
He wants to speak with Marcus Octavius and his supporters to try to find a solution that will let him proceed with his agenda.
Oh yeah, so nothing personal with us, it's just that he's like maybe presenting his power base.
Correct.
You
gotta understand, he's extremely intelligent. He's also he's a stoic. He's got a stoic education. And he very much believes in Rome, and he doesn't want anyone to be hurt. He deeply believes in this cause.
So, guys, what do you think we should do? It seems like our reason, we are here for Tiberius doesn't really mean too much. It seems like just, showing the influence, power he has.
Well,
So I guess we are left to our own desires.
I suggest we take the opportunity to try and gather more information about the current feelings of people and maybe influence it a bit. Also, keep an eye on that woman. Hat notes to the bold one. As I've said before, she may be an issue.
Not only her, but also the 2 friends we've noticed. Possibly the third one is lingering here. I assume they are with Marcus Octavius.
I also think that I'm curious if we want to interact with them at some point, or are we going to ignore them?
Of course.
I suggest, considering that one of them is a blue blood, we should be not talking alone with that person, just in case they may try, something annoying to us, try something on us that would be quite annoying if they did try that. better to stick together.
Speaking of, you guys now see arriving Marcus Octavius himself, Senator Scipio Nausicaa, and their secretary, scribes, and lictors. Now, for a experience point towards politics, who can tell me why it's so important that Scipio Nausicaa is opposed to Tiberius Gracchus? Why is it so significant?
Because of the relation between aristocracy and plebs?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I think too.
No. Nope,
Is it because of his family's status during the Punic Wars?
So close, but no.
Because they're supernaturally influenced?
No.
No. Can you
Is
repeat
it-
the
is-
name of
is-
the senator?
All right. Well, you've lost the opportunity to get the experience point.
Yeah.
But if you want to make one more guess before I tell you,
Has it been a current war status boost?
nope.
Or
It is solely to do with their family relationship.
Ah,
Shit. Are they cousin or?
They are extremely close cousins.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Remember, Tiberius Gracchus married into the Claudius family, but by birth he is from the Scipio family.
Scipio is what was it? The fat guy in the Rome TV series, right?
Scipio Africanus,
Not
the
Africanus, not
conqueror of Hannibal. Scipio Aemilius, the conqueror of Carthage.
Gotcha. Sorry, yeah.
The Scipios are extremely high status family. They are one of the two highest of high status families in Rome right now. The other one being the Claudians.
Okay.
That's why it's so significant that a Scipio, who is a very close cousin to Tiberius, is opposed to him.
Okay. Well, one of you guys take the lead. I don't know.
And based on that, he's also decisively opposed to his political views as well. Just because.
Well, they do have their differences. Tiberius essentially burned a lot of his goodwill with the treaty with the Numantines, the Numantians. That the Scipios had to essentially bail him out of trouble.
So basically they've paid off any debts they might have had, any
Yeah, they've used up
debt
all
they
their
might have had.
goodwill to him.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have here are now our two political camps, diametrically opposed. However, Tiberius greets Marcus Octavius, his fellow tribune, as an old friend, because they are old friends.
On this note, Nicodemus would like to arrange his placement somewhere near to eavesdrop on the conversation. I assume a lot of it is public, and so there's no concealment, but maybe
You conceal yourself in the crowd, basically. You could even use Obfuscate 2 to just be kind of fade in.
unless it's explicitly needed, better not, because we have some supernatural presence.
I mean, the point behind this was he wanted everyone to see it.
Yeah. I guess the point would be to see how both of them would react to each other's greetings. I assume they're master politicians, so there's very few emotions they would display, but nonetheless, maybe something can be read between the lines.
Yep. So they greet each other with the expected double-edged words. And rather than jump right into the politics of it, everyone is being led to a large open area, like the open garden, where tables of food are set up. And they're invited to eat and drink, talk and relax. So you see their guards are beginning to mingle and talk. Mortals are catching up on family gossip. But the tribunes themselves and their consul and senator sponsors, Claudius Pulcher and Scipio Nausicaa, sitting close by, are beginning to talk very intensely about the laws, why they are opposed so badly, and Tiberius speaks eloquently about why he is doing what he's doing. So what would you guys like to do? Nicodemus, you're going to listen into that conversation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Nicodemus, roll your intelligence. Plain intelligence. Difficulty 7.
Assume this is yeah. That's my new power. Sure. Yeah, way to go.
Okay. You get an experience point to law. As you are getting an education in Roman law.
That's my listening. Oh, and this is like advocates argumenting.
Yeah, this is like listening to they are, in fact, two extremely highly educated men, very well versed in the Roman law, and they are debating previous cases. They're debating the laws as they have been passed, times, interpretations, journal entries. It's like listening to a PhD candidate defend their thesis. Just all kinds, just information just pouring out of them, and you're just, if you could be taking notes right now, you'd be scribbling notes as fast and hard as you could. Right. Mercurio is faded back towards the food tables because he still hasn't quite broken himself of that habit yet. He's tried a couple of things, and you can see by the look on his face that he's, ugh, oh God, I can't believe this tastes so horrible. Oh yeah, that's right, I don't eat this stuff anymore. Ugh, throws it away.
I want to just take my time, go around the people in the party, listen them, hear their political opinions about the current situation between the tribunes. Yes, just want to hear what other patricians are thinking about.
Okay. There's
I'm not looking for
several
anything
respectful
specific.
conversations going on and several heated conversations going on. It seems to come down to two things. We've been doing it this way for 100 years. Why change it? And,
Status quo.
well, just because we've been doing it that way, we know it's wrong. This is against the law, and it's not how Rome is supposed to work.
Not so much status quo. Okay. That's good to know. And I guess the one who is not so much status quo is, working for Tiberius.
Correct.
On his side.
The positions are pretty clear. Hatshepsut, what are you doing?
So, sorry, I just missed that, I think. What was Agatha doing?
Work in the crowd.
Ah. I would like to keep an eye on specifically how the various supernaturals are reacting to everything being said.
They are actually staying away mostly from the conversation. You do notice that the gangrel feels much better with grass under his feet.
Hmm.
There's grass in this place?
In this outdoor garden, yes, there is.
Okay.
What about the maybe servant of Osiris? Maybe.
She's busy taking notes.
No, with like hint of reaction on her face.
She is a professional scribe, as far as you can tell.
Hmm.
I mean, as far as you can tell, you just had a weird reaction to an aura. There's nothing here. This person has displayed exactly 0 supernatural ability.
Yeah.
I still have other reasons to be suspicious, though. But anyway.
As you're working the crowd, a hand falls on your shoulder, Hatshepsut. You turn around and you see Hector. Hector Marcellinus. The La Sombra.
Oh, his name is Hector. I
Yes.
must have noted wrong.
His name is Hector Marcellinus.
Good evening.
Good evening. He's got a light accent to his Latin. Kind of Hispanic-ish. Good evening. I see you're enjoying yourself here at the party, which is frankly beyond you.
So, what was that last bit? I didn't quite make it out.
So I see you're enjoying yourself at a party, which is frankly beyond you.
Well, one takes enjoyment where they can. Pray tell, is that something you wished from me tonight?
Did I wish for your enjoyment, or did I? Is that the question?
Was there anything you wished from me tonight? Basically, why have you just tapped me on the shoulder?
Oh, I wish to see your ass as you walk away. But I would settle for having you walk away with my back to you. With the rest of your coterie.
Shame as we've been invited. I suppose we can't always get what we want.
Too true. Seeing as how we were also invited by more than one power. You're meddling in a situation which is beyond your control.
All situations are beyond our control. If we didn't meddle, then, well, nothing would get done.
How wrong you are. Wish I had time to explain that to you. But I believe you are about to go and humiliate Scipio Nausicaa, and he dominates you. Oh, what is your current willpower? 7?
Yep.
Will you try to not look at her eyes? will someone else dominate? Thanks to Alvina.
Yeah, I just gotta look up the roll.
Manipulation leadership for the second power. Manipulation intimidation for the first one.
With 3 successes. Now, you get to choose how to do this.
I already have an idea that might screw with what he wanted. I want to go for the option of basically to various crowd members, for lack of a better term, satirizing him, making talking about him in ways that make him look like a fool.
Yes, Marcus gives you that command, and then he begins to fade off into the crowd rather quickly. So, go for it. Begin satirizing however you're going to do it.
Now, off the top of my head, I can't think of this kind of thing, but so can I base mostly off stats here for this one?
Charisma plus expression. Or wits plus expression. Your choice.
Difficulty?
You're into pain, aren't you? There's lots of forms of pain. Diff 5.
Oh boy. Oh wow. Bad luck. Oh well. Still a success.
Alright, so you start shouting, getting up on a table, hurling a few insults. Let's see, how does Tiberius... Well, how do they react? With 1 success... Tiberius basically signals to one of his lictors. And get her out of here. And he says, oh, it would appear the drink has gotten to her so quickly. My dear apologies. Here, I shall make it up to you. He snaps his fingers. Here, allow me to send a tailor to present you with some clothing later on. Something to lighten the mood, to wash the stains of such foul language out of your hearing.
Oh God! You know what I just realized what I should have done.
What?
I should have started throwing insults on the guy's behalf.
Oh, you can do it. So the lictor comes up and grabs you, and he's like, "Get down from there!" Like yanks you. Come on! Starts dragging you out. So you can start screaming and shouting, putting up a scene. Now it's going to be charisma expression.
That was more just this is what I should have done instead, not a...
Okay, well, never mind then. You are dragged, quite bodily dragged, out of the villa and thrown quite an impressive distance for a mortal, onto your ass.
Is that guy like a bodybuilder? 2 meter or something like that?
And he basically shouts out at you, "Come apologize when you're sober." Shuts the door. Hatchepsit, a guy is right there. This old man picks you up, pats you on the face. He says, there, my dear. It's okay. Things will be all right. How do you react to this? This old man patronizingly tapping you on the shoulder. It's gonna be okay, dear. Just relax.
Fucking mortal.
Do we see all this?
You
We
guys, you
probably
guys see, you
Um,
see Hatshepsut stand up and start shouting the insults. Nicodemus, you're not gonna get a chance. However, Agatha, you're working the room. You could roll perception awareness at difficulty 8.
Okay. Perception
And
awareness
Mercurio might see this too.
8.
regardless, it's probably fair to assume that she wouldn't do so out of
Correct. Yeah, that is
course,
absolutely
knowing
fair.
that La Sombra and Venture working against us.
Yes, that is absolutely fair.
as for the old man, Hat will grab his hand, just like look at him with a not quite murderous, but definitely like affronted stare, and just say coldly, "I appreciate the gesture," and let him go.
Is the Ventress still observing Septimus, or something has changed since the RT has transitioned?
Mercurio saw that. They are still pacing the room, or I should say, pacing the whole area. Just keeping an eye on things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nicodemus wants to approach Septimus for a casual conversation.
Okay.
While he does it, he wants to friendly pat him on the back and slip some blood with Periax caress into him.
Okay.
Sorry, to who?
No roll needed for the pat. He's gonna let you do that.
To whom? Sorry.
Septimus, their
The
target.
gangrel.
Let's target the weakest link.
Do you take Agatha with you, or you do go alone?
All right. Manipulation, empathy. Difficulty 7 per the book.
Manipulation, empathy. 7 dice. Difficulty
7
is
per the book.
7.
Wow. Outstanding roll. For 4 nights, all of his social rolls increase by 1 as he finds himself within a miasma of annoyance and suspicion. Even mundane or positive acts draw significant negative attention.
Shit.
So, as you're standing there, everyone who previously either ignored him or just kind of, nodded, whatever, now they're like, ew, what's this guy doing here? They're like avoiding him. What the hell? Oh God, I can't believe this guy was invited. Just even him standing there is drawing weird looks and annoyed glances.
So at first, Nicodemus wants to be friendly and divert his attention from this fact. So he's like, "Good evening, Septimus. It's fancy meeting you here. How were your nights? How were your nights?"
Well, they were great until I had to come here. How about yourself?
Well, I have to say I'm enjoying some of these proceedings from this party, though I have to admit it's not entirely my forte either. It's too much posh, I guess. I suppose I'm more of a dice and drinking guy.
Yeah.
Watch yourself.
Cal's about to be slaughtered have better conversational skills than some of these guys.
Well, I have to. Yeah, I have to strain somehow. It doesn't really put me at ease. So there's like a bit of So tell me, what do you exactly? Where was the disagreement? I always thought you were a cool guy, pretty smooth, and I enjoyed the attacks at Elysium. But we suddenly find ourselves at the different sides of the barricade for some reason.
No, don't take it personally. I like you. I like most of the people you hang out with. But You know how it is. You have to return favors. You have to do certain things you don't want to do. And this is one of those things I don't want to do. And I really don't want to be here.
Oh, is it like just the party or the whole deal with Gracchus versus the world?
Oh, come on. You know this. It's a whole deal. This is... Now, I guess I should shut my mouth because I can't really talk that freely around here. But,
Okay, I understand. There's like a lady over there and a guy somewhere in the shadows, and I won't pull your tongue, man. That's fair.
now, just understand, if you guys cause trouble, I'm here to stop it. That's it.
Yeah, I understand. I kinda don't take it as an offense, but I kinda imagined that it would be your role here. So as this conversation goes, Nicodemus kinda shifts his posture, and so that he can see that some of the other folks are reacting strangely to him. And just as it happens, he's just going to say, well, I would say enjoy your evening, but I know how you feel about this, so let's hope it ends soon.
I believe I can get behind that prayer.
Stay safe.
He actually has a pretty large perception pool to see how people are treating him. And he's like, do I smell bad suddenly? What the hell? Yeah, he notices it, but there's no way he's going to know that you did it. So, yeah, a child of the occult, he is not.
I would like to make a statement. If De La Sombra or the Venture approach me at any point, I'm instantly avoiding eye contact.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am also going to do the same thing.
So like, look over their shoulder, at their feet or something else.
Yeah,
Like
avoid the gaze.
effort are right there.
Understandable.
Right.
Okay.
So how does the scene, how does the mood shifted after Hatshepsut's performance?
Tiberius managed to smooth it over. Unfortunately, fortunately for Hatshepsut, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, she didn't have a great successful role. So it was just enough to get kicked out. Not enough to actually make a huge impression.
Okay. Well, do we have any plans? Anything we want to do? Seems like we are. I guess if Nicodemus done with listening the guy, we will get up together, at some point. Just join each other's comp.
Well,
And then I guess we
as
will
you are,
wonder about where the head is.
as you are discussing your results to the Suana and Hector go to intervene and essentially cut Agatha off from Nicodemus. They're getting in Agatha's face.
They will do that. They will.
Possible to
They're
know
going to.
counteract.
Suana,
I'm
she's
not going to
okay
look at
looking.
the-
She's not amazing. Begins talking to you, Agatha.
Not
Says,
good looking
why?
at dice.
She kind of cuts in. She's like, why does a man of or a woman of Capua have such fascination with the politics of Rome?
She's like blocking everything. I can't even move a little.
You're looking away. obviously. You're looking over
Yeah.
your head, you're looking over her shoulder, you're looking at her tits, whatever. Um, whatever the case may be, you are just doing everything but looking at her face.
Yes. I'm just gonna try to go around her. Just ignore, doesn't even respond. Don't even respond. Just
What
go
is your
around her.
current willpower?
My current willpower is 4.
So with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, she entrances you.
Wait, don't I get previous roll before? Because I'm evading my gaze. I eliminated that.
Well, she entrances you. You may
Okay.
spend a willpower point and roll your remaining 3 dots of willpower at difficulty 8 to attempt to resist it.
Expand a willpower. Okay, and then I'm not going to try to do this after so many successes. Okay, what's her command? Just bring it. Whatever. What's her command?
You're like, oh, hey, she's your buddy. She's awesome. She's amazing. Why are you, being such a dick to her? She's like, come on, my friend. You don't have to behave like that with me. Why don't you come talk to myself and Hector here? Do me a big favor. Look deeply into his eyes.
Was it dominate or presence?
She used presence entrancement, and she just asked you, her deep, dearest friend, you who are entranced.
You have to actively try to be scared when you're using red gaze. Or do you just look and supernatural power takes effect?
No, with Dread Gaze, you have to hiss and bare your fangs and... Ah! Yeah, it's super obvious.
Okay, I'm gonna roll entrancement back at her as she casts it.
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna
fine,
entrance
but
her.
she just says, my friend, come on. Do me a favor, look deeply into his eyes.
Yeah, I will do that.
And as
I'm
soon as
going
you
to
beat
do
his
that.
eyes,
What?
he says, go punch a lictor as hard as you can.
Okay. What's the roll for the entrancement, by the way?
Appearance plus empathy.
Gotcha. What's the difficulty?
Her current willpower, which is 6.
Okay. Here. Plus empathy. Oh, great.
She is going to attempt to resist that. So you do entrance her.
Oh, that was presence, by the way, not dominate. Sorry,
I know,
I'm going
you
to
do
try to
entrance her,
resist that.
as I've said.
I'm going to resist it. It's presence, it's not dominate.
Yeah, I thought
So
you said you weren't going to resist it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, rewind. Agatha, before you roll your presence, spend a willpower point and roll your remaining 3 dots of willpower at difficulty 8.
Yeah. Oh, I failed.
Okay, you are thoroughly entranced. Why would you hurt your friend? Why would you try to re-entrance your friend?
I am not hurting her.
All right.
Hurting her will be punching her.
She says,
she is my deep friend, and my affection makes me see her also feel the same affection for me. And
well,
that's
she
why
does,
I'm
obviously,
casting presence.
Because she's already your friend. She does feel affection for you.
I want her to be more intimate friend with me. That's not enough.
Fine.
It doesn't cut it.
Reroll your presence. Appearance plus empathy. Difficulty 6.
Okay, sure. Right. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay, those 2 successes.
All right. She says, "Come on, my friend, just look in his eyes. It's okay." You look, I assume, deeply into Hector's eyes, as your dearest good friend has asked you to do.
Yeah, I do.
And Hector dominates you.
Bravo, good job, Hector.
Go and show one of Tiberius's lictors the meaning of your power.
Sure.
1, 2,
And as I
3,
do that,
4,
I-
5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
Good job. As I'm going to do that, I will summon Hector with me. I want her to be beside me. I'm going to summon.
Him, Hector?
Yeah. I'm going to summon him as I'm doing
Okay,
that. He's
you
going
summon
to be
him.
beside
Hey,
me.
I'm here. Bye.
No, he's going to keep
Nope,
coming with
that's
me.
not how
I'm
summon
moving.
works.
Okay, I'm going to cast it again as I'm getting
That's
away.
not how
now.
summon works. He's here. You know he's here. It's done.
Okay.
And this is immediately. Go now and show Tiberius's lictors the meaning of your power. That's immediate. You must go do this now.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm doing that.
Nicodemus, you see this conversation happen in just a few seconds, and then Hector grabs Suana and begins, almost has to pull her physically, and you see the obvious effort as she tears herself away from Agatha and funnels back into the crowd.
Do I see Agatha moving?
Yes, you now see Agatha making a beeline towards Tiberius's lictors.
Okay. Is it possible to... Nicodemus wants to try and intercept her. Can he do it by moving through the place where Suana and De La Sombra are?
They're moving away from Agatha, and you want to intercept Agatha.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking if I'm possibly on the way there.
No, you're in kind of like a triangle. They're moving along the base, you're moving along the hypotenuse. So, you are plotting a course to intercept Agatha. I would like you to roll dexterity plus etiquette.
I'm gonna do some buffing. Let's put 2 in dexterity and 2 in strength. 1 second.
Yes, you are navigating the crowd. Excuse me, pardon me, sir. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that dress looks lovely on you tonight, ma'am. Oh, excuse me. Hey, try the wine. It's great. Oh, here, have this hors d'oeuvre. Oh, hey, and you're like just do, making a amazing run through the crowd, dipping and bobbing and weaving and complimenting. Just trying to get in Agatha's way. Agatha, what are you doing?
I'm doing what you say.
Yes, but how are you doing it? What are you doing?
The way you praise, I'm going to lick and punching in the face.
I'm going to punch him in the face as hard as you can. Awesome.
Just like you say.
Sucker punch this guy.
Yeah, it's done, mate. Do you want me to do something else?
Excuse me. You get ready to do the sucker punch. Nicodemus, you're right there. Agatha's fist draws back, getting ready to hit this dude.
Trying to pull her away, push her, pull her behind the curtain or something into a less crowded place behind a pillar or whatever, buffing strength to Helen back.
Okay.
To help me.
Nicodemus. Dexterity plus brawl.
Dexterity plus brawl.
You are going to do the slip your arm in the crook of her elbow and kind of like pick her up on your hip, like you're about to hip throw her, and you kind of like drag her, spin her around, and get her away from the guy she's about to punch.
Let me update some of my... Yeah. Should I spend more? Actually, that's generation maximum plus. Let's put 2 more in here. And we are rolling our stuff.
Now, Agatha, this is going to technically counts as an ambush on you, so you don't really get to resist it. With 6 successes, this is perfectly done. It's just like out of an action movie. Agatha's fist starts to move forward just as Nicodemus slides his arm up from behind her, and her own momentum carries her over Nicodemus's hips, and he spins her around, whips her towards a private little secluded area behind a tree, and he's right there on top of her, right in her face. What are you saying, Nicodemus?
Question. Was it so swiftly that it's possible to try and convince her that she actually hit the lictor?
I mean, I'm completely mindless, just walking like a robot.
And then was suddenly whoosh, and she's something else. Someplace.
That's going to be manipulation plus subterfuge against Agatha's intelligence plus alertness.
Not willpower?
No.
Intelligence plus alertness.
This is a straight up contested roll at difficulty 6.
Do I get minus dice because I'm dominated?
No.
And this is not my own consciousness at its best.
Well, let's spend our willpower on this as well. That's 5 successes. Is it possible to, like, would double talk specialty apply to this?
You know what? I think so.
Oh,
So
doesn't
5
matter.
against Agatha's 3. You,
6.
Agatha, what he's about to say convinces you that you actually hit him. Nicodemus, what do you say?
Wow, that was swift. So anxious and so fast. You really took his jaw off. Oh man, I can see the people. I can see he's being confused, but he's being confused a little. But you know those lictor types, they're fucking stalwart as shit. He doesn't let it flinch. And oh look! I can see that Tiberius is like smoothing shit, and yeah, he's like okay, and that's all.
Do I know I'm
Agatha,
dominated?
you are 100% convinced that everything he just said is right.
Yeah. Do I know if I'm dominated?
Oh, no, yeah, that was dominate.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
that was, I had no choice but to go do this. Fuck this guy.
And now that you've been under the impression that you've hit him, is dominate ended?
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
This motherfucker dominated me.
I suspected so.
I'm getting annoyed by these people. I'm getting kind of angry, and you know who I am. I'm not really good at keeping my anger in check.
Agatha, please don't rake shit. It's really getting taxing on
Agatha,
on my mental
Do you have
resolve.
self-control or you have instinct?
I have instinct.
Oh, this blows. This really, really blows. Agatha, roll your instinct.
What?
Difficult, okay, because you're a Bruja. Your difficulty of 4 is now difficulty 6.
Yeah, no problem. If I'm gonna fuck this scene, at least I'm gonna try to do 2d10. It's a fail. Woohoo!
Ooh.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
More chaos!
Agatha,
More chaos!
or Nicodemus.
I'm gonna boost my stats, by the way. If I'm gonna punch the
Nicodemus,
my
you
stats.
are staring at Agatha, and she's like, "This motherfucker's starting to piss me off." And you see the fangs start to come out, and the hands clench. You're like, "Oh, fuck." She's about to frenzy.
Peaceful touch.
I'm going to give you an instant to react before Agatha gets to do anything.
Is it possible to calm him down by peaceful touch, or would it require Peacemaker instantly?
Let me look. Valerian, peaceful touch. That gives him a bonus to resist the beast, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. Not sure if it applies if he already made this roll or not. If it's the frenzy roll.
Since you did so well on that brawl roll, I'm going to let you do peaceful touch, and then have Agatha re-roll her frenzy roll at difficulty 4.
That works. I'm out of options. Blood point. We can still spend them. Power point. And okay.
And there's no roller for this. It just works.
All right, calm down, big girl. Calm down. We're gonna get him. Just in a little different fashion.
Fuck. Where's Mercurio?
He is
Fucking
still kind of
eating.
hanging out by the food table, but obviously not eating much.
I'm going to approach the Mercurio.
This time we're not splitting the party.
You come with me. Come with me. I will approach the Mercurio, and once I approach, whisper to him if he knows dominate discipline.
No,
Sure.
not really. Not my thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Just
Well-
worth a try.
Where are the two? Where are the two other bumps?
They are currently somewhere hidden in the crowd. Septimus is, thanks to your efforts, obvious. Because there's a clearing around him where everyone's like, I can't believe this dude farted that bad at the party. Jesus God. So terrible.
So we only see the Septimus, not the two other.
Correct.
Kindred.
At the moment.
Hey Chris,
Yes.
you know the area that I've been thrown out into?
Yes.
Are there any critters around?
Of course there are. There are many birds, and there's small field mice, things like that. Bats.
Alright, I'm gonna sort of head over to one of the flying animals. To a point where I wouldn't be overheard if for what I'm about to do.
Okay.
I'm going to try to, as carefully as possible, describe Hector, or Sombra,
All right.
and I'm going to order it to take a dump in his hair.
Okay. Give me the Animalism 2 roll to summon one of these marksman birds. And then I'm going to have you make a intelligence animal can roll to describe him well enough that the bird can understand.
Difficulty?
7.
I would like to spend a willpower for this one.
Okay.
That's 5 successes total.
Oh, I got this. Oh, yeah. You got it, lady.
Excellent. Petty revenge, the best kind of revenge.
Let's see how good the bird's aim is. Targeted attack, diff 9.
That's like animalism based bird.
Yes! Yes! Ah! Does it have specialty? Tell me the bird has specialty on shitting on people.
No, no, it doesn't.
The pigeon has it.
Good enough, though. Hector has to duck discreetly into a basin wash area and wash the gunk out of his hair and off his shoulder.
I don't suppose it's yeah, discreetly.
We don't see Hector.
A little discreet revenge.
Just
Petty
keep on
revenge is
that-
sometimes the best
keep on-
revenge.
Yeah. Keep on that shit coming, Head. Keep on that shit coming.
Nah.
Just send more and more.
If I send too many, it will draw attention.
About half an hour later, the bird comes back. Mission accomplished.
Thank you. Your credit to your nest.
I'm working. Sorry, Nicodemus is with me, right?
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
three of
well,
you now are at the party.
I'm gonna. Oh, Head is with us too.
No, Mercutio.
Hatshepsut has been kicked out for being rude and obnoxious.
Yeah. I'm gonna whisper to Nicodemus's ear and tell that we can get out from this party where the head is, and then fucking if you wanted.
Do you really think we should leave and allow these vampires to stir up shit and discredit Gracchus?
I mean, I can, like I said, I can summon one of them, and we can get the shit done, the deed done, and then come back to the party. We don't need to leave and stay, away. We can come back.
Well, if you summon him or her, this is just going to end up in a bloodshed because all three will.
I have no problem with ripping that motherfucker's head off.
Do we really want to turn this into an open fight? I think we should first find a way to defeat them at their own game. I'm not sure how to work it against their favor.
Let me tell you something. These motherfuckers are built to be assholes in these situations compared to us, which we are not. You know what? I have a better plan. Is there a young-looking person here?
Yes, there are many young-looking people here.
Great. I will go one of the male, and I want to seduce that male to come with me to a little more private location.
Okay?
Um,
Seduction's a two-part process. Go ahead, Nicodemus.
I just want to say that I'm staying with Agatha as long as possible. Possibly use obfuscate to shield me from the mortals.
Right. So,
So not
Agatha,
get
we're going to roll appearance plus subterfuge.
Okay. Appearance plus
Or,
subterfuge.
seduction is actually manipulation plus subterfuge, and then appearance plus empathy. So, manipulation subterfuge first. Get close to him, insinuate yourself into his conversation. And he is going to counter roll this because he is on high alert. He's
Who is again?
the people here. This is not supernatural, by the way. This is simple seduction. So
Yeah.
they're kind of on high alert. They're aware of trickery going on.
1, 2,
Nope.
3.
Yeah, look, lady, look, you're nice and all, but now's not really the time or the place. I'm sorry.
I want to try it on another person, if it's possible.
Yeah, you can keep working the room.
Yeah.
Still,
Uh,
still looking for the other vamps.
After Agatha's failed attempt, you see Hector again across the crowd. His hair appears to be wet.
Okay, rolling
And
again.
Suave.
Oh my Jesus fucking Christ! I'm just unlucky and fucking bad.
You need to display more cleavage.
Oh great.
And
Yeah,
man,
sorry, lady.
eunuch.
I got a girlfriend waiting for me at home, so yeah, I'm not really interested.
Okay. I'm gonna activate presence. Going to another group.
Oh man.
I'm going to say seductive.
Okay.
For my
Charisma
impression.
plus performance, diff 7. Spend a blood point, make the roll.
Yeah. Yep. Charisma plus performance. Difficulty what?
7. That's book difficulty.
Cool.
And here's your first. You're very. I know you've been surprised tonight, but here's the real first surprise that you have tonight. The person is instinctively doing something to not be entranced. There's not to not get awe. I just got to find the power and make the roll.
Is this person a which side he's on? Is he of
just a mortal? He's just a mortal.
But is he of Gracchus' sort or
ask Agatha.
Or Marcus's sort?
Ask Agatha. Who are you targeting? A Tiberius supporter or a Marcus Octavius supporter?
Marcus Octavius supporter.
Okay. He appears to be under the effect of your awe.
Cool.
You come up, you awe him. He's like, "Ooh, hey, how's it going?"
I want to go to somewhere private with her. With him.
You gonna do the seduction roll?
Yeah,
right.
manipulation subterfuge.
Plus your presence
dice.
rating.
Yeah. And please, fucking dice, please RNG. It's gonna roll in a moment. It's lagging. Okay, I'm gonna press it again. Yeah. Okay, that's success.
Come on, roll 20. Thank you. Ooh, that's a lot of successes.
Oh,
that's more dice than they can roll. All right, you have successfully. He seems to be into you. Seal the deal. Appearance plus subterfuge.
So I add my presence.
Yes, it's a social roll.
Yeah. It's gonna take some time.
Technically he has a chance. I don't like his odds. Nope. All right. You drag him off to a little alcove hidden behind some barrels. It's not exactly sexy, but it's good enough for sexy time.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna spend 1 blood to entrance that person.
Blood entrancement doesn't require blood. Just roll presence.
Entrance or blood bond?
No, I'm not going to blood bond. Actually, entrancement requires spending a blood.
Oh, sorry. Anyways, go ahead. Make the roll. Appearance plus empathy. Difficulty 3.
Yeah. Empathy. Perfect.
Holy fuck.
And here's what I'm going to do. And after this person becomes the love of my life, I'm gonna whisper to her ear. I'm gonna say, well, first, I'm going to describe how this La Sombra looks like. and I'm gonna say to him, I want you to sucker punch the shit out of that person. And if you do it successfully, you will have the rest of your life to fuck me. I'm gonna whisper that. I'm gonna say, and if you fail, I don't want you to tell anyone. It was me who told you that. Now do this, my love, and the life that you never
He doesn't love
expected
you,
will
but
be yours.
he considers you to be such a close friend that he's like, yeah, I'll do this. All right. Friends with benefits for
sure.
life? Hell yeah. I'll go do that. All right.
Yeah.
He begins making his way through the crowd. Does come up. However, they're going to get a chance to see this coming because you guys got a chance to see it coming. Suwana is going to roll hers first.
But it's not like dominate, right?
Correct. This is not
not
dominate.
as straightforward as dominate.
And Hector gets a chance to roll to see it coming. All right. As this guy comes up, he's like squares his shoulders, like, all right, I'm going to go do this now. Yeah, all right. Kind of psyching himself up. Strides through the crowd. And I'm sure you guys are watching him, watching this happen. As he comes up, he taps Hector on the shoulders. Hector goes to turn around. Suwana's right there. And she does the same thing Nicodemus did. Wraps her arm around his arm. Kind of hugs him a little bit. She whispers something in his ear. And he's like, ugh! And he tries to punch and he can't. And then Hector says something to him. And then the guy runs home. Runs off. He immediately leaves.
So
This clears the situation.
what I wanted to ask was if it was possible to use this commotion to try and get close to Suwana. Because I wanted to pariah her as well. While this commotion happens, like the crowd.
Okay.
Kill someone.
And if you get closer to them, I will follow you. I will be like 10, 20, 15 feet away from you or something. Not like 3 feet close to you. But I will be following you from a distance.
All right.
Not losing an eyesight over you.
So meld into crowd.
Yep. Dex etiquette, please.
Sure.
Both of us?
Yes.
Sure.
Jesus, how is that possible?
Nicodemus, you don't botch, but there's a bunch of people in your way suddenly for some reason. You just like, okay, hey, oh, what the hell? Man, I can't get through this crowd. Fuck.
I don't know why my thing is not rolling. I press. Okay, let's see.
Just to make sure, if I don't have etiquette, it's at difficulty 7, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
Well, the chance boon.
Agatha finds a hole where Nicodemus could not and manages to navigate her way through and comes up right to the two of them.
No, I don't. I didn't want to. I didn't say it. I want to go to them. I did say it. I want to follow Nicodemus.
Oh, okay. I apologize then. My mistake. You
Maybe you can make some way for me. Oh, let's convert it to that. Can you make some way for me?
All right.
Sure,
try
I
it
can
again.
try.
Try it again, Agatha.
Okay.
All right. You begin somewhat less successfully moving your way through the crowd, but good enough. This does give them the chance to see you coming, though. And the two of them prepare.
Sure.
And they look at you. And as they approach, Hector looks Agatha.
No, I mean, okay. Avoiding the
roll initiative.
eyes
Yeah,
of-
Roll
avoiding
initiative.
like
Roll a d10. What's your initiative?
okay.
Okay. Initiative, right? So dexterity plus wit.
Yes. All right. Hector's at a
And is
15. Nicodemus is at a 15.
Where's Mercury, by the way?
What is Mercurio's? He's just here to stop them from beating the shit out of you.
Okay.
That is the only reason he's here.
Yep, yep.
Mercurio goes first, but he's holding his action. All right. Nicodemus. Make a dex brawl roll to touch her.
Gonna spill some wine as diversion and try to spill some wine. Touch her. While in doing so, he's going to say, "Oh, by Janus, I saw the man coming into your direction. Are you all right? It's outrageous. How could this happen?" And he's like feigning being clumsy. And
All right. She's going to attempt to dodge this.
Booster dexterity.
Nicodemus has boosted his dexterity.
yeah, already. Willpower. Which is not. Oh, Jesus crap.
No, this for success. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, you touch her.
It's
Okay.
nice.
Okay. And I guess I roll for the caress.
It's just you only have to make a brawl roll, right?
No, it's also manipulation plus empathy. Difficulty 7.
Yes, okay, go ahead and make that roll.
Ah,
Fuck. Jesus, this fucking RNG.
You do spill wine all over her. And she's like, "Oh, you imbecile."
no, I'm
You
sorry.
fool.
I was only trying to help. I'm very sorry. See, look, let me clear this up for you. And he kind of fumbles and gets his cloth, and he tries to
She jerks away. She's like, "Go home before you do more damage to yourself." She doesn't dominate you because, well, she can try. She doesn't know if she has a generation.
Didn't she use her action to dodge?
This is a new action, but so let me come back to that in a second here.
He's staring at her, likely.
Hector looks at you, Agatha, and says, "Go home right now, Agatha."
Wait, don't I play before her? Hector?
Nope. Hector's got more
okay.
initiative than you do.
Oh, Hector is the 15. Okay,
Yep,
I thought it
yep.
was went through.
Yep. So Hector looks at you and says, "Go home right now, Agatha." You have how many? What's
Gotcha,
your current
but
willpower?
I'm-
2?
Yeah, but I'm not going to look at his eyes.
Yes, that
why
just
would
adds
I?
to his difficulty.
Okay, so what did you?
But your current willpower is a 2, isn't it?
Let me check. It's 3, not 2.
I thought you spent a willpower point on one of your rolls, seduction rolls.
No, I did not. I'm pretty sure I did not.
Okay.
Which is why I activated
All right.
because I got like.
Actively trying to hide your eyes raises the difficulty to dominate you by 1.
Okay.
Does that? I thought it gives you some roll. Okay.
It doesn't give. Yeah, it doesn't. Doesn't it give me a roll actually?
No, it does not.
It's not.
Second paragraph,
Okay.
under dominate, page 217. Levy a -1 to the difficulty if he tries to hide his eyes, -2 if they're obscured, or -3 if they're fully covered. I think it's supposed to be a +1.
Characters avoiding the vampire's gaze can roll willpower. Difficulty equal to vampire's manipulation, intimidation. Levi a -1 to the difficulty if he tries to hide his eyes.
Huh.
-2
So I
if they are
interpreted that wrong.
obscured.
There you go.
No, difficulty if your eyes are.
All right.
If they are
Roll your
obscured.
current willpower,
Right.
difficulty 8.
No minus difficulty.
That is with the -1.
Okay. Sure. My current willpower.
Current.
Okay. Difficulty 8. Oh, that's 2 successes.
Okay, let's see. Dominate. Characters avoiding the vampire's gaze.
So I'm hiding my eyes. That was the roll. Hiding my eyes.
Yep.
So he can't dominate me.
All right, well, he
Take
sees
that,
you hiding your
fucking
eyes.
lesson, bro.
He sees you hiding your eyes, and he
Yeah.
changes his
Did
action.
he use his action?
No, he's changing his action. You're hiding your eyes.
And I miss celerity actions. I'm gonna
You're going to
take
use
one more
celerity in a
to
crowded party.
just for one more action, which shouldn't be supernatural.
Yeah,
Because if
I don't think
if
so.
It holds... You don't think so?
yeah,
Okay,
I don't think
because-
so. In a crowded party, everyone's drinking. Nobody should be able to move like that. Period.
Okay, sure.
Is it actually possible to? I want Nicodemus to not stop talking, like matter apologies, like because there's a roar of the crowd, he's going to raise his voice and like, oh, I'm sorry, madam, I'm very sorry for your dress and etc. And basically not stop talking. Would that counteract dominate in any way, like trying to?
No, as long as you can still hear him, he can dominate you. All right.
Oh, by
yeah,
the way,
he
what's the
changes his
distance
action. You don't know what he's doing, but he is changing
Yeah,
his action.
what's the distance between me and Hector, by the way? How far away are we from
You're
each
right
other?
behind each other.
Okay.
Alright.
So it's
Agatha,
in arm
you're up.
reach.
You are actively hiding your eyes. This is going to raise the difficulty of anything you do. What are you doing?
Any physical action or just anything?
Anything. Because you're
Gotcha.
trying not to look. You're physically turning away. You're like, no, don't look at my face. No, I'm looking around. Anything to avoid looking at this dude's eyes. That's going to distract you. It's
Right.
going to make anything you're doing harder.
Gotcha. Here's a question. If I activate R, can I also talk in the same turn, or is that another action?
You can say a couple words. You can say 5 words.
5 words.
5 words.
Okay.
Don't stop to think about it. Say 5 words.
Okay. I'm going to activate R first, which is a blood point, and then I roll I'm going to check it quickly.
Charisma performance.
Okay. So it's 2 success, so that's I think it's 2 person.
That's the
Not
2
sure.
people with the lowest willpower.
Yes, I don't want to affect them.
So that's-
I'm actually wanting to affect human.
Like I say, that's the 2 humans closest to you.
Yeah, pretty much 2 humans closest to me. My look that I choose is righteous. That's what I'm choosing. Righteous. And I say in a scared, helpless voice that needs help, attention, I say, why are you doing this? To get their attention around me to what's happening right now. And I'm doing this while looking at La Sombra, looking scared and helpless, showing clearly that I'm intimidated by something this male is doing to me. Why? What do you want me to run?
Okay. A couple people turn around. They're like, what the hell's going on here? We're in a new round. Hector and Swana are spending blood to buff their decks. They're both spending 4 blood to bump their dex level up. That takes, let's see, takes Hector to 19, takes Swana to 12. She still goes last. All right. Hector takes Swana, pulls her away, and he's like, he starts going, my dear, are you okay? Has this fool hurt you? What's going on here? And he like pulls her away and starts drawing back away from you.
Okay.
That's physically his action, is to begin to draw back away from you, drawing attention to the fact that he's doing nothing but trying to protect his lady friend.
Okay.
Nicodemus, you're up.
Okay, so basically he's restraining her, right? But he's drawing...
restraining her and pulling her away. So if you're going to keep trying this, you're going to have to physically basically chase her. So you're like kind of bent over, like, oh, trying to pull at her dress or whatever. And
There's a
as he draws her away, you're going to have to like duck walk. Like, no, she can't get away from me. But go ahead.
Oh shit, I must clean. Sorry, my honor. Sorry. Oh, I must clean it. Please, let me help. Let me help. Can do something like that.
All right. So what you gonna do?
Showing how sad you are.
Yeah, that's basically going to be the last attempt. So, as hoping that she's too restrained to, or he's going to try go and no, are you sure you're all right? Just let me help you. I'm very sorry. This is an accident. And he's like going to try and like fiddle with her feet, like trying to get to the stain he made. Just touch her again.
All right. Go ahead and make the same dex brawl roll.
Probably not going to be very helpful, but let's go.
Wow. Even with the boost, you still get your hands all over her. She's like, "Oh, stop touching me! Oh, don't molest me!"
Please.
Make your.
I'll screw up this one. Oh no!
Yes, yes. Fucking. Finally.
Right, Agatha. What are you doing?
Can I activate R again?
Sure. You're
Okay,
changing what you're doing though.
What do you mean?
Activate all. So another blood point. Go ahead.
Right, but does it drop the previous one then?
Yes.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool. They already got the attention. Spending 1 blood, rolling for the stats. What was it? Charisma performance, difficulty 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1 success, so that's another person that I didn't affect it before.
Yep. So I'm human.
Again, righteousness to look right, correct. I'm gonna repeat. Please help me. From this, and I point towards the woman and the man, the couple. I'm still looking scared as if something happened to me, and now they're trying to get away.
As you are doing that, the two of you feel something solid yet not solid wrap around your ankles.
Shadows, sure. And nobody sees it, right?
They're not looking at their feet, that's for sure. And they yank you. Whack! Yank your feet out from under you. No damage, but you fall flat on your faces. Pow!
Yep. It should bring more attention to the scene.
Everybody
now,
starts
right?
laughing. Hector starts laughing. The shadows dissipate, gone. Solana starts laughing. The people who are drunk enough to be around you are start to laugh. And they are taking the opportunity to back away from you guys. She is going to roll her rather large presence pool at a +1 difficulty to try to get people to follow along with this laughter. With 4 successes, I believe that's pretty good.
Okay, first question. What's the roll for the damage again?
You don't have any damage.
Okay.
This is humiliating. This is not physically damaging.
Oh, I thought you said we get damage from fall.
No damage. No damage.
Okay. So the way Nicodemus goes is like he says something on them, man, this wine is so strong, and he kind of tries to brush off some of the humiliation by joining into the laughter a little bit, and then as the laughing roll happens, he's trying to go to low profile if this is possible.
Servants are making their way through the crowd, and they're taking you by the elbows, both of you. Like, come on, we've got to get you out of here. It's time. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Agatha, as you are being escorted off the property, you hear a sound behind you. Agatha, no! No, you can't let them do this to you. You're too good for this. This guy is pushing through the crowd. No, you got to get your hands off of her. It's the man that you entranced earlier tonight.
Yeah, it's okay. Stop, please, man.
No, get your fucking hands off of her. Get away from her.
Do you want me to sit? Are you going to make me sit? Don't want to make me sit. Stop.
Come on, I'll escort her out. Get your filthy servants off. Yeah, get her off of her. Ah. If it grabs you.
Okay,
come on, let's get
go, servant.
Yeah. Obviously making a thorough ass out of himself.
Yep.
Right.
I'm gonna take him out private.
As you guys are escorted outside, making sure you have no opportunity to go do something else. You join Half-Ship. It is probably 2 o'clock in the morning, and I think it is now a good time for a 10-minute break.
Sure.
Well,
I'm a little too angry for what happened at the party. You think through something, and I will just play with, go on.
I noticed you speaking to the gangrel, I believe, Nicodemus. What did he have to say?
He said he's only there because he's repaying favors. That he's not really into the whole politics business. He probably doesn't care who is doing what with the agrarian reforms. He's just there to repay a debt. Kinda feel sorry for messing with him a little bit.
Here's a thought that can at least cut one advantage from their strings, from their hands. If we could find a way to release him from whatever debts he has.
I don't even know who is he indebted to.
This is true.
I don't think there are harpies in the Elysium just yet. To track the boon.
That's correct. There's no harpies. No such thing.
Not even an equivalent of some sort?
No, there is not. The concept has not even been approached yet.
Perhaps if we were to look into them more, we would figure something out. Information gathering, that's one thing we're decent at least.
Oh,
If we can find out more about who these people are, then we might think of a way to more effectively oppose them. Beyond that, well, it may be best to calm down as well before we fully commit to any plans. How did the visit to Ihalis go? Is he doing well?
He was disappointed that it took so long to approach him.
Indeed, so it goes, so it goes. But the offer is still available?
Yes, though we are no longer alone, he has contacted others to also take care of this matter for him.
Perhaps it would do us some good to focus on that for a while. Take our mind off of this.
I give the suggestion that perhaps approaching the child of the gangrel might be the best option, and he seemed to agree with that suggestion. That she might be the weak link that we can exploit.
Indeed. What are your thoughts on all this, Nicodemus?
in the gangrel issue,
Just generally.
generally, okay. So the gangrel issue, I would prefer to distance myself from entirely. I don't feel at ease becoming involved in this whole ordeal. But should you wish to pursue this goal, I will not. I will not be a maverick. I will contribute my part to it. As for the our friends, I suppose there's little we can do other than dig up information. They've become pretty effective at driving us out, and it seems to be
Strength.
their goal so far. The problem is that we have no idea what are they doing currently on this party, and we have no idea what effects they are. For all we know, they could be just messing with Gracchus just now. That's assuming your friend Hatshepsut isn't protecting him.
It's hard to say. Indeed, it's quite possible that she still isn't entirely aware of our own attempts to manipulate the situation. It's all
Well,
just...
one thing's for certain, I seriously doubt that she did not notice our premature exit from the party.
Perhaps we might be able to use her to assist us in dealing with this other kindred.
I would not risk that. If I'm wrong about my suspicions, then it will just be wasted effort. And if I'm right, it's someone whom we would rather not get tangled with.
How so?
Let's just say that that it could be a clan enemy and leave it at that. Could be. Regardless, I think it would be best to not directly involve ourselves with her and just focus on those who are actively opposing us at this moment.
So, well, for lack of a better way of putting it, what do you think? What should be our plan of attack, so to speak?
That's the issue. We need. What were their names again? Hector, the Lasombra that we know here. And what was the Venturer's name?
Senua. I got it.
Swan.
Kilnia.
If we can find out we need to think of whatever means we have at our disposal to figure out more about those two.
Perhaps we can simply ask the prince.
That's true. We can try to speak with Prince. Maybe he doesn't.
One point of note when pursuing this. If this, I think we've figured out this is a test that he's given us to see if we're worthy to become his clients.
We'd want to keep directly asking him for help to a minimum.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. We need to be able to act on our own. As much as possible.
Maybe if we can find someone that hates either the La Sombra, maybe we can try to do something that person, get some allies. Now it's still going to cost boons much, definitely, but well, might be good.
Might I suggest we start with what we do know and go from there?
What we do know is, well, not much, sadly.
We know that. What did you say? Do you think the sire of the Venture woman was Nicodemus?
She is child of Ionati, Etruscan Ventru, and that's about it. There's little to no information about what their current motives are and what's their deal in this. Seems that the Etruscan Ventru is very old.
Maybe the Nosferatu can give us some information about them. I do feel like Nosferatu might not really like the Ventru clan. So it might be a good reason to give us some information.
Nah, they're Nosferatu. They double in
Oh yeah,
things.
they definitely double in, but you know, they might add some few extra information there, you know, as a
Yeah. Well, perhaps we could leave them as a kind of a last resort. If we can't find information via other avenues.
It doesn't hurt. It probably doesn't hurt to ask Papa Roach.
yeah. I mean, look, we've been trying to do this alone so far. We've been, you know, despite Tiberius being elected, we've been having problems dealing with these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
They are abusing the shit out, and we can't really do anything against that.
a thought occurs. If we accomplish the task House had set for us, we could potentially parlay that into further assistance with our own issues. It would mean
How
not being.
will that? How do you suggest that dealing with Imus is going to help us with this one? Are you saying Imus will do something for us in exchange? Because he did not offer that.
Well, once
It's
once
just
we
good.
we can make negotiations. He
No,
is a trade.
he's a wolf. He's a serpent, wolf, whatever you name it. He's not going to make negotiations at all. He's going to take whatever he wants. And he will just make us come to that position.
I won't deny that he is looking out for himself first. That is his role in our clan. But that means also maintaining solid allies. And if we can just make it worth his while to help us, then he will do it.
There is one thing that he said that did worry me. He mentioned that disappointments are a part of life, that everyone disappoints someone else. The way how he spoke it, I could not help but wonder if perhaps that was a threat or a warning.
Look, there has been, I don't know, subtle warnings to us. There has been open threats to us. Definitely the ambush thing. Really, adding Imus to that pile of people that wants to fuck us over. I don't know, it doesn't seem like too much of a problem. We are already overwhelmed with the problems we have. So he can definitely get in the line if he wants to punish us for something.
I won't pretend to have perfect knowledge of his mind, but as I said, his part of what he is meant to do for our clan is to seek advantages as they come.
I think
I doubt he would have any significant revenge without benefit.
Right, but let me tell this. He didn't tell us that if we do not do this, he is never going to work with us again. Which means we can also go to Ihamus and say that, hey, if you help us with this, we are going to owe you boo. Are you okay with that? It's not like if we don't do this for him, he's just going to stop working with us.
It would help our case if we settled accounts first.
Well, the efficacy of the owing boons dictates that he has to help us if we owe the boon, no matter past or present or future. That's how boon culture works. And if he doesn't work around that culture, then it's going to be known to affect reputation.
But neither of us owe each other right now. But neither of us owe each other right now. Not directly, anyway. Right now, there's just the potential job we may or may not do for him. If we ask for help with something unrelated while we still have a job open that he would rather we get on with, it's going to undermine any case we make. If we deal with it and then ask for help, however, well, if nothing else, it will mean he's in a good mood.
I don't believe that. I don't. I think if we offer the boons, he will do. If he takes the offer and trade, and he will do what we want to do in exchange of boons, and we don't need to do the gangrel thing for him before doing that. I don't think we have to do the gangrel thing just to get help from Ihamus and owe him another.
During all of this, Labian has just been silently sitting and contemplating, sort of sitting, appearing deep in thought. She kind of looks up for a moment. She says, "Yeah, I understand what you're all saying. Now, with relation to the gangrel thing, that's its own separate thing. Um, that is something that can be dealt with when the time comes. Um, I've been thinking about the incidents which you guys described earlier in the night. Perhaps we're going about this, I won't say wrong, but maybe in a different way. Maybe we could go about this in a different way. We should start looking at, you've described to us what happened. Now we want to try and find out why, right? There could be some clues in what you guys mentioned as to exactly who was involved, and not just us, but other perhaps inadvertent targets. Out of character, I presume they've described all that to us?
Yes.
Yeah. So, for example, are there any commonalities with that? Could we perhaps determine who they may be working for? Or, perhaps come up with a short list and start from there?
That would involve inquiring who owns booms to whom. Possibly.
Not necessarily.
The trick is that if they all work under boons, it means they may do it at anyone's bidding. Although I suspect that in case of Hector and Suwana, they're probably more tied to the employer.
Yeah, see, for example, I'm thinking of, let's say specifically the incident with, I think it was Agatha the first time. I believe, if we, actually out of character, had we determined that was what she was going to do, had Nicodemus, I believe he did, didn't he? Determine that she was about to hit someone?
Yes.
Technically, that wasn't the first incident. The first incident
Yeah,
was them getting on a table and soapboxing.
And continuing on, Labiana says, my point is, who is he involved with? And from that, we could potentially determine, or at least have an idea about who they might be involved with. For example, Marcus?
Okay. I mean, yeah, they are definitely involved with Marcus. They're definitely working to protect or help him. And there is, of course, someone behind it, which tells them to do this.
I just mean, looking at things like that could help us focus our investigations.
Let's consider some other angles that pop into mind. How likely it is that it is known that we are working for Prince Camillus? Chris?
I don't think people have proof. It's only conjecture. What you would think is anybody paying attention to the situation would be asking themselves, well, what would Camillus get out of this, and would he be likely to be looking for clients to handle this stuff for him?
And
So
question.
they're making an assumption. They don't have any proof, but they'll be making assumptions.
And possibly another idea is that if it was really important to him, why give the case to some rookie clients that are with little expertise. And well, clearly we've been driven off on 2 separate occasions by a bunch of another kindred. In some twisted way, I kinda wonder if they aren't employed by Camillus as well, although I cannot exactly put my finger where the scheme is in this.
What we could do,
Alternatively, this may not be an attempt to. It's possible that this may not be an attempt to the Tiberius at all, or an attempt to boost Marcus. It could be an attempt to try and undermine any attempts Camillus would makes to consolidate his power.
we could always just ask our targets themselves who they are working for.
Given the talent for social maneuvering they've shown so far, I'd rather not.
We surprise them. Not social maneuvering, but an ambush.
A direct approach. But I suppose my concern there would be, and I suppose for all of us, would open us up to further manipulation.
Out of character, just as a question. Does Elysium happen every night, or is it only on certain nights?
The building is designated Elysium, but there's no telling who's going to be there at any given time.
Alright, I think tomorrow night we should go and just go to Elysium, try to figure out what we can about these two. We don't have much else to go off of right now, and if we aren't going to work on the gangrel thing and try to... I don't know, okay? It's just irritating. As she said this, Hat has actually gotten up from, from her seat, and is actually, pacing around, rubbing her temples.
No, I really. Yep.
I guess it would also be a good idea to get the gist of the outcome of the party, to see if anything strange happened, perhaps to determine if our host is still being annoyed with us. On this point, is Mercutio out of the party as well? I don't think he's been associated with us. I'm sorry, associated with our shenanigans.
Well, yeah, he came with you guys. He came back with you.
Okay. Yeah, maybe for the better. No idea what would they've done to him.
I still suggest that you guys grab me by the arms, pin me somewhere.
Also, I just want to get this decided now. I want us to make the decision right now. Are we going to even are we even planning to deal with the gangrel thing or not? Because
I think we shouldn't. I think we shouldn't deal with it. It's too much hassle. These people are already becoming so much trouble to us so far. Just getting our hand in it was not wise. It's unnecessary. For 2 relics or whatever.
I think we should.
It's more than just relics, just to be fair.
I think we should take the Garanga's opportunity. This is our opportunity.
Sometimes the risks outweigh the opportunity itself. Sometimes taking the opportunity results in some bad stuff,
Ariana, will you speak?
I was just saying, I suppose in a situation like this, we have to prioritize. Deal with what is considered to be the more important stuff first.
Yeah, that's for real. I mean, look,
And
I know you guys
that
want to get this stuff, but
stance.
And where exactly has been trying to deal with the important stuff so far? I apologize. I'm on edge.
look, like I said, yeah, go, sorry.
In fact, I actually agree with the idea to go to Elysium and at least try and talk to as many people as we can, find out as much information as we can. Start an investigation as such. See if anyone knows anything about them.
Yeah, but are we planning to deal with the gangrel situation at all? If not, then we should say as much.
Look, if we are going to make a vote, my vote, ignoring the gangrel thing. We need to prioritize. We need to settle our thing. The reward of accomplishing this mission the prince gave us a lot, and it's much better than acquiring, however powerful or useful these two relics might be. It's still worth more than that. I mean, do you guys really think about the long game? Okay, think about the long game. Sure, you do the gangrel thing, you get your item, now you have the information, but we now have to focus some of our efforts towards the gangrel, which means it will be slower for us to react to the Tiberius, and if we fail that, we will not have a patron, and then we will be in the open space without a patron, and we can't even deal with two fucking vampires because of their dominate. So I don't know if you guys think it's really worth it, but I do not.
Great.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, let me just say something that Ihamus actually told Albert and I when we went to see him. That disappointment is to be expected.
So what did you say?
Hmm?
I couldn't hear. What did you say there?
Oh, sorry. I was, let me just sort of bring up something that Ihamus told both Albiner and I when we went to see him. He basically told us that disappointment is to be expected.
What do you think he meant by that?
I suppose we have to find our own interpretation of that.
It's just some passive-aggressive bullshit he is doing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's definitely. It's fucking manipulation stuff. Don't mind it.
For me, it sounded like either a threat or a warning.
Look, if he's going to be disappointed because we don't do what he wants us to do, that's fucking on him, not us. He can be disappointed by anything.
I guess what I'm trying to say is perhaps we can put our own kind of spin on it. I mean, there is some truth to the statement. Disappointment is to be expected. It's part of life. Or unlife, in our case.
Doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best to, not,
Oh, we should absolutely do our best. But I'm just saying that, okay, not everything was going to go our way. And in the process, people may get disappointed.
So, okay, so do you mean we should disappoint the prince or the Ihamus?
That's what we have to decide.
Right, I think we should disappoint Ihamus because in the other side, Prince will become our patron. I'm telling you, the Prince of Rome will become our patron. Do we understand this? Are we
Yeah.
clear, guys?
I am fully aware.
Then please, let's not get too greedy and focus on items. This greed is blinding.
Look, not a while ago, we've been complaining that we have little resources, that we're basically on our own. And this deal for IHAMAS means that we not only get the rewards that were promised by the exchange, but also it, according to what was relayed from the meeting of him with Labiena and Albina, it hints that it's good to perform this deed for future contacts.
Okay.
So this is just more than just these rewards.
Right.
Now I understand your concern. Obviously, the prince's mission is more important, but we shouldn't cross out IHAMAS just like this. So let's approach this different point. Were we to actually involve ourselves with the gangrel situation, what would we do firsthand? We tried to gather some information. We've come out with very little to none. I cannot recall if we actually tried to ask Nosferatu about.
We did not try that. If we deal with the gangrel, we will have to get rid of his domain. We will have to drive him off, which means we will need information, spying, I don't know, stalking, whatever. We need to learn where he sleeps. We need to learn how much power he got behind his. We know that he has a partner. We know how powerful his partner is and what kind of power they have. If we know one dude with dominate and another dude with presence did all of this, and if that woman also has, those powers, we have to keep that in mind. The animals that the gangrel might have.
Well, in Ihamus' words, we need to make him feel trapped.
Yes,
So
which means
basically-
overwhelming, cornering an animal type of thing.
So we need
Not
to find
necessarily.
out what would make him do that.
He did say that to make sure that he knows that he has no safe place to mark his havens would be an effective way to release that feeling on him.
Right.
Furthermore, patrons come and go, even the prince. But the knowledge that we can gain from these relics, that can last forever.
Okay. That might not last forever if you die after accomplishing what you did, or dying while trying to do what you want to accomplish. Well, out of character, I'm just curious. If Prince becomes our patron, what kind of advantage does that give us? Is it like being patron of Artemis? Is it more than that? What kind?
A patron represents you on the Eternal Senate. A patron is your mouthpiece, arguing and keeping other elders from using you as target practice. However, the downside to having a powerful patron like that is it can make you a target.
Repeat, please.
So if somebody wants to come after Camillus, are they going to attack him directly, or are they going to attack his support structure?
That's
They're
usually
going to screw us with that.
But if we do not become if Prince doesn't become our patron, it also means that all the others can make us their target,
Yeah.
right?
There's nobody to stop everyone from targeting you just because they want to.
Right. And if he becomes our patron, there's a person that will target us if they want to weaken the prince. Do I get the relation correct right here?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Does
you
it-
are better off having a patron, any patron, than without. I'll phrase it like that. It's up to you to decide if the rewards of having the Prince of Princes being your patron is worth the risk of, if somebody wants to hurt him, they're going to come to me. They're going to come through me.
Right.
Yeah.
Which can mean a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if we fail this and he doesn't become our patron, but we succeed the gangrel thing,
I want to make a. Here's another point I will make. The very fact that we are focusing so much on accomplishing this task right now may actually be working against us.
Which task? Gracchus?
Yes,
Mm.
we're approaching almost with tunnel vision.
Do you
It's
think
not.
that might be the goal, to drive us away from the original task? It doesn't make
Chris, can you change the server?
I just did. I'll do it again.
Directly,
I think, considering the nature of the mission Prince gave us, which is protect this guy, make him succeed, his 1 year thing.
well,
that
first
kind
of
yeah.
First of all, our task isn't necessarily to make him succeed, just to get close to him. More to the point, right now, the La Sombra and the Ventru are probably keeping a close eye on us. Anything we attempt is going to be hindered while they believe that we stand in their way. If we
Right.
take a small diversion to do something else, their attention lessens, and we can reassess the situation with refreshed resources.
That's a gambit. That's a gambit. You don't know if they are going to do that or not. That's
Well,
that's literally a gambit.
It's going to be a gambit either way.
Exactly.
Look, if they are watching over us all the time, it means that we can also accomplish to watch over them all the time. And if we direct some of our attention to solving the gangrel thing, then it means that we might be losing that necessary ability, that necessary time to actually reverse the stalking thing.
Or it might mean that we're not working ourselves into the same pit.
I don't know. It doesn't seem it seems meaningless for me to go after the gangrel.
Do you really think they are watching over us?
I don't think they're watching everything we are doing. They also have their own mission.
More clarify more, they're keeping watch. They're keeping an eye out as they work for us right now. They fully expect us to come back again and again at this, and they will have plans set up. Meanwhile, if we pause for even a moment, there's a chance, mind you, I won't pretend that there's a certainty, that their guards will drop, that they'll assume we've given up.
I think it's going to give them one more step against this race. So it's just going to make them more
have
powerful.
all the steps against us, so it honestly can't hurt.
Mm.
No, I don't think this.
Doing this directly has proven to be ineffective.
I was going to say, how has this worked out for us every time so far? Perhaps it's trying to try something different.
Physical contact has been a problem so far because of their powers. Otherwise, Tiberius is right now Tribune.
You think they won't try to interfere with us again if we keep going? You know what?
Even if we divert a little bit, they are still going to keep coming after us to make sure Tiberius is not Tribune anymore. if we put more attention to another thing, Gangrel,
If we're not doing anything, then they won't be coming after us because we will be irrelevant at that point.
look, okay, they don't come after us. Then they will go after the Tribune.
Yes, and that means when we do eventually come back to it, they won't necessarily have perfect countermeasures in place like they have so far.
What do you think that time will not be enough for them to succeed their mission and get rid of the Tribune? What makes you think
Question.
that they won't succeed?
I got a question. Do we even know what their goal is? Because
Exactly.
so far we've been stopped while trying to get to his to Gracchus's villa once. Afterwards, there were elections during which he won, and I didn't really see our effort being hampered in this in any way. You would that
We got
you would
Because
figure
we worked behind the scenes, so to speak.
we got
Most of it.
you don't
1
think-
year.
You don't think we'd notice at least some of the effects?
We have 1 year. We need to keep Tribune alive, protected, and on that seat.
You're assuming that they're going to try to kill him or just remove him outright in that much time. Considering they couldn't prevent him from being elected, I think we can afford to waste a little time.
You don't know how much they can do in that 1 year period. You know,
It's not going to take us a full year to deal with the gangrel. At least I bloody well hope not.
They are in constant motion just like us. And they have the ability to think. And they can strategize. And each moment that we give to them, we give them a time to breathe, they can use that time to focus their attention to the Tribune, which is not helping us at all. It's not going to weaken. It's not going to weaken them. It's not going to weaken them.
Let me try to bring in an analogy here. Say you're in a duel of blades, and you just keep attacking and attacking, and each time you go in for the swing, your opponent parries you and lands a counterattack. Perhaps keeping on pressing may be a problem in such a situation.
Considering that Tribune is on that seat, they are not counterattacking all the time.
You're assuming they even want to oppose a Tribune directly. We don't even know what they want to do.
Your proposal is also assuming something.
Well, even if I am incorrect, again, it at least gives us a clearer mind when we get back to the situation.
I think there are other ways to get clear vision of what we can do. We did not even try to gather information about these people yet. So far, we've been in physical contact with them twice. Physical contact, not gathering information, not asking around, not getting boon from others to help us. It's been physical confrontation twice. We don't need to get our focus at the gangrel. We can try to deal with them from the other means, using our contacts, using our allies, getting boons, gathering information, taking our time.
Okay, at this moment, it's not a knock, it's a hard, hurried pounding at the door. Bam, 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 bam!
I go to answer.
The moment the door cracks, this guy shoves the door, poof, and tries to bull his way through you to get in. Contested strength roll. He's going to get a bonus dice for surprise.
Is this my interest guy? Did he just try to? I don't know. Did he just try to come back?
Yeah, the most I can roll is 1, so he gets through.
Okay, he slams through, and just like runs into the through the lobby, through the door. Where is she? Where is she? Slams open the door, sees Agatha. Agatha, Why did you leave without me?
Labiana kind of looks at all the others like, what?
Oh, my dear. Your obsession kills me. Come, come. Who are you the child of again? Who's your father?
Oh, I got to do something real quick. Hey, he looks around and he sees Nicodemus. That's the dude who's with you, right? Yeah, that's him. Draws out a knife and runs at Nicodemus and tries to stab him.
Oh shit. I was gonna say, also realizing that this was someone from that night, Labiana kind of tries to hide her. Yeah.
You know, after all this, I think Hat's frustration may have boiled over. Should I make an instinct check?
You know what? I believe that's a good idea. So Nicodemus, you are getting attacked in a surprise attack. He's like, "Oh, that's the dude who's there with you, right?" Grabs a knife out of his boot, pulls it out, and runs up to you and just leaps and tries to just jam it into your chest.
Trying to dodge. Is
Okay.
the bonus from the blood buff still up?
Nope, that is gone. Dex Athletics.
Okay.
Hey, you only need two. Well, if one's successful, re-roll it. If you only need two, so
Strange. My sheet is gone. No, it is.
Oh, reroll now or like
hey, hang on.
after?
Yeah, just hang
Yeah.
on. You're like, I could definitely see this surprise attack being like, okay, now it's on. Yes,
All of a
you
sudden, Labiana's like,
smoothly,
"Whip."
easily step to the side, turn your torso. He misses by a mile. Whoosh! Stumbles. Oh, God! To get his balance, turns around, and gets ready to come back at you again. You are going to have a higher initiative than he does. What are you doing?
We could use another ghoul.
Or a
Try and
corpse.
disarm him and knock him to the
Or
ground.
we could experiment with watering the plants with corpses.
Okay? Alright, so what we're going to do here, Hatchips it.
Labiana's eyes light up.
You got a 9. You feel the beast rise in you, and you're like, ooh. Let's see. Lilith. Let me find this path. I want to check the sins real quick. Shunning pain, getting between someone and a valuable lesson. Yeah, you would be hard pressed to justify getting involved here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why you don't overuse presents.
Yeah. Hat is just going to sigh and just say, if one of you is about to die, then call me and I'll interfere. Otherwise, I need to cool down. And she's just gonna walk off to a corner of the room.
Right, so Nicodemus, you're attempting to disarm him. He is attempting to stab you. It is simply a knife. This is not a sword. So you're going to roll Dex Brawl at Diff 6, and he's rolling Dex Melee at Diff 6.
Actually, you know what? To continue sort of hiding her facade, Labiana's going to go over and console Hatchips in the corner. It's all right. I'm here.
You raise your arms, try to block, miss. He slams the knife into your chest with 2 successes. So 2, 3, roll 4d10, boom. I'll soak 3 lethal.
Can I do something at this point?
Yep, as he jams the knife straight into Nicodemus' chest. Bam! He's like, "Take out, you bastard! You can't take her away from me!" Ah!
As he steps into Nicodemus, I am going to use like celerity to make this choke thing behind the neck and just make him go to sleep. I don't remember what it is called, but you put your one arm around the neck, and with the other you just hold your arm that is entangling the neck, and you just press upward, stopping that pressure point thing.
All right, so you are going to attempt to choke him unconscious. Is what you're doing.
Yeah.
How much? That was free?
Yeah, so you take 2 if you didn't auto soak.
Yeah, I didn't.
Now, obviously, he thinks you're dead because he just stabbed you right in the chest.
Gonna
He pulls out, yeah! And as Agatha is
gonna drop
rolling
us.
Dex Brawl.
Yeah, and I'm gonna drop us on the ground, like
Dex Brawl,
like they do in
Agatha.
the movies.
Targeted attack. Diff 8.
Yes, the Dex Brawl. Yeah, diff 8.
All right, you have successfully entangled him.
Okay, I'm just trying to choke him.
I apologize. This should have been Strength Brawl, not Dex Brawl, but you still got a huge dice pool anyway, so I'll let it stand.
It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same dice pool.
Yeah. All right. Agatha has him from behind. Boom, boom. He thinks Nicodemus should be going down, and when Nicodemus doesn't, he's like, what the hell? And he tries, despite having Agatha on his back, to ram his knife into Nicodemus again.
So, I wanted to feign being dead.
Oh, you are going to feign being dead, so you do fall. Okay.
Yeah.
Boom, you fall. He's like, yes! Bastard! How to teach you? And then he turns around and he's like, Agatha, I can't believe you leave with that guy. Look how easy he was to kill. I can't believe this piece of trash would go with you.
Is he going to go down?
Okay, strength against his stamina roll, please. Roll strength. Pure strength.
Okay. I'm going to spend 1 blood for potence.
Never mind. Don't worry about it. I know your potent score. It's high.
Yeah, it's 3.
Between your potence and your strength, you crank that choke in, you lift him up, and he tries to turn, he's like, Agatha, what? Let me go. And he passes out.
Great. I'm going to drop it on the ground gently. Are you fine, Nicodemus?
We should question him to see if we can at least gauge what was the state of our friends when they sent him here.
I don't think they sent him here, but they might have. So yeah, let's wait and see. And also, we have to. Do I know this face? Is he some important child?
Nope,
or
he's
is
just a
he
dude.
some random?
Just a dude.
It's just a dude.
Look, he jabbed me with the knife. Where do you think he got this thought?
Everyone. I mean, is this normal knife or belt knife, Chris?
It's a knife. It's a normal old knife.
No, I'm asking, where did he get this idea?
Obsession can do strange things, to be fair.
No. He specifically asked about me. I'm suspecting that they've implanted this thought in him.
This is also a possibility, yes.
I mean, let's question him, and then we can kill him.
I mean,
you will
pretty upset about the dress.
Yeah, you will need blood to heal that damage. So yeah, if you want to just drain him, feel free to.
I'm not going to drain him, but I'm going to take 2 blood points from him if he's. I mean, he looks healthy and all that. Not
all right,
particularly.
Nicodemus, as you bend down to take a sip from his neck, he jams the knife right into your gut. He is awake.
This is just comedic. This is just humor right now. This is not even a threat. Yeah. This is just comedy.
I'm making some stamina rolls, and he woke up.
Okay.
So Nicodemus gets ready, opens up, and the guy's like, nope, whack, straight up.
I'm not sure whether to kill this guy or give him a fucking medal.
Is there what is it
contested
called?
roll?
Ghoul him.
Is this going to be a contested roll, strength brawl, or dex brawl from Nicodemus versus his dex melee? If whoever gets more successes gets their attack in first. Nicodemus' attack is, of course, to bite.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be
Nicodemus
surprised.
wins. He's like, nope. And Nicodemus is like, oh crap. Whack!
Sure.
Just sinks those teeth in, and he's like, ah. No, that feels pretty good, man.
Okay,
Does he
so he doesn't have that high willpower. That's good to know.
Hmm. Well, ultimately, we have
If he was making willpower rolls at this point, then we would need to worry, because that means he's fucking willpower 10.
Hmm. Well, ultimately, we have
if
three
he had
choices.
willpower 10,
Embrace him, ghoul him, or kill him.
you know what? For the effort, I might actually go him just for the I don't know. Do your thing, Nicodemus.
We're questioning him while I'm gone.
We should tie him and then.
All right, so
question him
Nicodemus,
for
you
over.
take 2 blood points.
Yes. And then whack him over so he is unconscious.
Oh, guys, if
roll
we
strength medicine.
Oh.
I
We're
get you.
gonna
I got
wrap-
you. I got you, Govin.
Yeah.
Roll strength medicine. All right. Yeah, you knock him unconscious. All right. What are you gonna do? Gonna kill him or what? Just tell me what you're gonna do to him.
Question.
Yes, they pulled him aside and dominated him. That's the answer. They pulled him aside, they dominated him, and they said, if you ever want Agatha, you're going to have to go kill him. Here's where they live. Go get them.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, how did they know where we live?
Wait a minute. If we can get enough supporting evidence for this, then we might actually be able to get the prince to crack down on this.
Yeah,
Because,
I don't think so. One single
damn it.
mortal with a knife against 5 of you? No.
Yeah,
This was a message.
yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Before we decide
But I
what
suppose
to do,
that's my only question is how do they know where we live?
Because you always stay in a public group haven.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We've got even more stuff to consider. Oh boy.
before we make a decision on him, I would like to consider the possibility that since he was present at the meeting, he might be an ally of the councils,
Cool.
and killing him might not be a desirable thing to do.
Yeah,
This guy?
Yes.
might be missed. And
He's-
considering how much noise we made, maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe.
Sure, but he's just a dude, just so you know it. He's just a dude.
Are you certain of
Haven't
that?
you been listening?
I mean, you know what? In our investigation, we would probably ask him who is his father, what's his family name. Is he just a dude or someone important?
He is like the 3rd son of somebody important. So he's just a dude.
See?
If he disappears into the sewers or falls into the river, oh my god, he got drunk and drowned.
See? Nothing worrisome.
Right, can't you like unentrance him or something?
I wish. No.
Not
This is
without
going
killing.
to, according the behavior, minus the dominate, I feel like this is going to last eternity. I don't know. I think he's going to die before the power wears off.
What is that unless ghouling or, dare I say it, embracing undoes...
This useless thing? I mean,
Let's not do an unlicensed embrace right now.
no, I'm not definitely. I'm not
just
embracing
exploring
anything.
all possible options at this point.
I can kill him, and you can make him a zombie if you want.
Yeah, there's an idea. There's a thought.
This will be our first zombie bodyguard.
Unless he'll have had a mixture.
I know this is probably dumb, but what happens if we let him go? She's just going to pester you, right?
He's going to come back definitely, and probably keep abusing you.
And also, since he's been here, how much has he seen?
Look, Nicodemus, if you don't want to see this, you can leave the room. It's going to be quiet and fast.
You think this changes anything? Do we have means to wipe his memory?
I think Albina does.
Or even something as simple as putting the stench of alcohol on him and leaving him in the street. Who would believe a drunkard?
And try to wipe his memory, yes.
Well, I think if you,
Okay.
I mean,
Albina, make the roll. Erase his memory.
he will just feel like, oh, this woman, but never know who, right? He's just going to
Oh
remember
no, he's gonna remember you.
inside.
There's no replacing this.
No.
But,
But I mean, that was from that.
Albina with
so
2 successes.
that's-
Let me pull this up. You guys shake him awake. You know, slap his face a couple of times. Wake up, dude! Wake up! You can permanently remove but not alter one memory. So, essentially, from the time he reaches the door to the time he gets kicked out, you can remove.
So he doesn't know where we live? That's the point, right?
Yeah, you can
I mean-
remove that memory from, let's say, from exiting the party. From the time he exits the party to the time he finds himself wandering the streets. You can completely remove that.
That sounds like a good idea.
That sounds good enough.
Yes.
But he's still going to be looking for you, Agatha, and he's still going to be causing a problem. But
It's okay.
Albina has erased that memory, and you guys give him the boot. Get out of here. Whack! And he finds himself wandering the street with a bad headache. And not even terribly drunk. And we're going to end the session there for tonight. 2 experience points for everybody.
Oh God, a
how
lot
sorry,
happened.
How much
Did you say
experience?
2?
2.
2.
Yeah, because so much fucking happened in that.
Yeah. I know it
So
doesn't
I
sound like a lot, but you guys did a lot.
Yeah. Oh, alright. I gotta drop out now.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm glad you all still with us for the whole conversation. I know it doesn't sound like a lot happened, but a lot of stuff really did happen. It was pretty packed. No combat, no high-stakes political negotiations, but a few things were put out there that may only become clear with some significant thought. Maybe you guys have some thoughts on that. I'd love to hear it. So, thanks, guys. Have a great evening.